Cook, a big guy, 6'6", 220. Into right center field. Clark there, though, makes the catch right at the rim of the warning track. Well hit by Duncan. Caught by Clark, and the batter will be John Kruk. Steve Cook was born on Kauai, the Garden Isle in Hawaii. Raised in Tigard, Oregon, where he was an all-state baseball, football, and basketball player. Quarterback in football, center in basketball. He's actually on his way to LSU on a basketball scholarship.
He's really a true sleeper, too, when you think about it, because he was a number 35 round pick, and he's a pretty good pitcher.
35th round pick in '89. There's that good curveball. Got a lot of break to it.
Here's the curveball, and this is a very effective pitch for him when he gets it over, especially against left-handed hitters.
He has a big looping break. Kruk lofts a fly ball to left field to Al Martin right there, and the Phillies are down in turn in the first. No runs, hits, errors, and none left. After 1/2, Phil's nothing. Pittsburgh coming to bat.
I know. Say we didn't get the package.
Martha!
Tom, did you get our package?
Gee, it never got here.
Really?
Introducing tracking software from Federal
It
Express.
was delivered to your place at 9:22 a.m.
Ah! Probably stuck in the mailroom.
No, it was signed for by your partner, Brian.
Now you can track packages right from your computer on your desk.
Brian, are you there?
Oh, that package, Martha. We could negotiate a deal.
Shopping. 9 out of 10 use it. All aboard! The genuine Bella, Pennsylvania Yellow Pages from Bell Atlantic.
Remember love beads and lockers, hot pants, and paisley?
Is that your sister's shirt?
Can you dig it? On the Wonder Years.
Weeknights 5:30 and 6 on PHL 17.
Jim Leyland's lineup for the Pirates tonight has Carlos Garcia, second baseman, leading off. Jay Bell, shortstop, at second. Andy Van Slyke, center field, hitting third. Jeff King, third baseman, bats fourth. Dave Clark, right field, hits fifth. Al Martin, left fielder, batting sixth. Kevin Young at first base hits seventh. Jerry Goff, the catcher, batting eighth. And Steve Cook pitching and hitting ninth. That lineup facing Ben Rivera.
Ben is also a 6'6" pitcher, 230-pounder out of San Pedro de Macorís. He has good strikeout ratio per game, 6.6, but his walks are too high at 4.6. And the lack of control is something that's really hurt him this year.
Dave Holland's at third, behind him defensively. Kevin Stocker, shortstop. Mariano Duncan at second. John Kruk at first. Aaron Dalton catching. In the outfield, Pete Incaviglia in left, Lenny Dykstra in center, and Wes Chamberlain in right. Carlos Garcia leads it off for the Bucks, hitting at 274. Birthday wishes to Dagmar Pearson. Big fan of John Kruk, celebrating today. Jim Leyland and Jim Fregosi. Bouncing ball to shortstop, charged by Stocker, and Garcia is retired.
He is a first ball hitter, and they went right after him, and you see him swing on the first pitch. He's hit 3 leadoff home runs this year on the first pitch.
Brings on Jay Bell, who's having a fine year. He's hitting at .311. 99 runs scored, 50 runs batted in. 10th in the league in on-base percentage. He has the league's fewest errors at shortstop with 11, and the most chances accepted at shortstop in the league. 1 ball and no strikes to Bell. 2-0.
Some question maybe on why Ben Rivera tonight. Mike Williams originally scheduled to go, where they decided to keep him on his 5th day in the normal pitching rotation, so that's why he pitches tonight. Williams tomorrow.
3 balls and no strikes. Jeannie Kofeld of Leicester, Pennsylvania, 71st birthday tonight. Wishes from Catherine Myers, her good friend of Essington, and from us. 3-1 the count.
Here's Mike Williams, who will be the Phil's pitcher here tomorrow night. Frank Koppenbarger broke out the parkas and brought him along for this trip, and the players like having them tonight.
Yeah. He walked in. So Bell is a 1-out base runner for Andy Van Slyke. Slick's hitting at .305. 8 homers, 47 runs batted in. Of course, he's missed most of the year. He is a tough out for Ben Rivera. Lifetime 9 for 13, a .692 hitter, including a home run.
Yeah, Van Slyke broke his collarbone slamming into the wall in St. Louis and missed a lot of games. And it's really been an off season for him.
Slick is signed through 1994, so I would imagine the Pirates are looking ahead to next year. Would have a young club built around the veterans Van Slyke, and I guess they hope to re-sign Jay Bell, their fine shortstop. They have re-signed him. Line drive left field. Incaviglia makes the catch. Well hit to the opposite field by Van Slyke, but caught by Incaviglia.
Good break by Pete Incaviglia on that ball. A slicing line drive by Van Slyke. Inky admitted the other day in that game at the Vet that he was hesitant on the ball that Nixon hit out there and let it play him. On that one, he broke immediately and was there in time to catch it.
Brings on Jeff King. King hitting at .286. Just 8 home runs. They expect more homers from him, but a lot of RBIs, 93. Missing with a breaking ball, 1-0.
Happy anniversary tonight to Erskine and Isabel Hicks of Willow Grove. 67 years they've been married.
1 ball and no strikes. Got that curveball over. It's 1-1.
Ben had a real good curveball his last outing against Florida last Wednesday. He was a little bit wild, but he still had 7 strikeouts, and he had a fair fastball and an excellent curveball.
Bell not a real big lead at first. Now he's lengthening it. He has stolen 16 bases. He's been thrown out 10 times, and Rivera goes over there. Ben takes a while to get the ball to the catcher, so base stealers do take liberties on him.
Yeah, they try to guess breaking ball too. If they run on a curveball, it's really tough for Dalton to throw him out.
One ball and 1 strike to King. Birthday wishes to Marie McTamney of Levittown from Marie's mom and family, and from us. Curveball is low. It's 2-1.
See, there's the pitcher talking about now. Bell had decided to run that. If he had guessed right, he would have stolen that base easily, because there's no way Dalton could throw him out, having to go out and grab that breaking ball low and away.
Field, Chamberlain there, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. After 1, it's 0-0.
All real Pennsylvanians love to win. So lottery bingo is your game. Scratch here, match here, and bingo, up to 25,000 bucks. You can even hit on all 4 cards. Sure, bingo takes a long time to play. That's the fun of it. Now get out there and win.
Inky, Izzy, The Wild Thing, Batty, Dutch, Dude, The Crucker, and friends request the pleasure of your company at Veterans Stadium in 1994. Season ticket plans range from full season to as few as 13 games. For more information, call 463-5000.
What's new at Mobile? Let's take a look.
Introducing new Mobile Super Plus detergent gasoline. It still cleans fuel injectors and intake valves.
Now it helps keep the very heart of your engine cleaner. Down here, the cylinders and pistons.
So come down to the Big Red O and drive your engine clean with new Mobile Super Plus, the detergent gasoline.
After 1 inning of play, it's the Phils nothing and Pittsburgh nothing. Upcoming telecasts of Phillies baseball include tomorrow night's game at 7:30 on PHL 17 and Wednesday night's game on Sports Channel, also at 7:30. Dave Hollins will lead it off for the Phils here in the second. Hollins hitting at .273. 100 runs scored, 91 runs batted in.
Looks like it's a little chilly out in that bullpen for some of the guys.
Not for Jeff Maddow.
Or Greeny.
Tita Green will be pitching on Wednesday. One ball and no strikes to Dave Hollins. Hard to believe that this great in-state rivalry will not be in the same division next year. Good changeup, 1-1.
Yeah, you think about the Phillies and the Pirates, where they really have dominated the Eastern Division since you went to the two-division play back in '69. The Phillies and the Pirates have won the most division championships. Next year they'll be in the Central Division, and it will seem different.
Missing with a curveball. It's 2 balls and a strike.
That balanced schedule, I mean, you're still going to play them, you know, as much as any other team. As you look at all those banners of the Pirates out there in the outfield, it's just that you won't be battling them for any division title.
Missed inside. It's 3-1.
Phillies have won one title in this ballpark, and they have been here twice when the Pirates have won division titles.
Trying to do that here in this series with the Phillies' magic number at 3. Chops softly third base. King's going to have to hurry. Doesn't get him. Throws it away. It kicks off the fence fronting the stands and kicks right to Garcia. And it will be scored an infield single for Dave Hollins.
I mentioned the Pirates have a very, very good defensive infield. That was a tough play for King, and then he makes a wide throw. If he makes, it's hard to say. I mean, Hollins runs so hard, I think he'd beat it.
I don't think he's going to get Hollins.
No.
Hollins home to first, runs very hard as he does first to third, as he does all the time.
See right there, we're talking about the Pirates with the fewest errors of any infield in the league. So they're very good out there.
And the second fewest errors total in the league, one behind San Francisco for all errors.
And the Phillies, knowing all year when they played the Giants how good a defensive team they are, the Phillies have a shortcoming with their defense, and they know it. They didn't play real well over the weekend.
Darren Dalton hitting at .257, golfs a high fly ball to deep center. Andy Van Slyke still going back, makes the catch in front of the fence. That ball just kept carrying off the bat of Dalton, but caught by Slick against the fence, 1 down.
Cook has thrown 21 home run balls this year, so you know, he will throw the long ball. But it's cold here tonight, as Harry mentioned, and you think this is one of those nights where you really have to nail one.
Pete Incaviglia's hit one of those homers off Cook. Incaviglia hitting at .276, 24 home runs. He's knocked in 88. Nothing. We're in the second. Hollins at first with 1 out. Montreal playing down at Florida. We'll keep you posted on that ball game. Jeff Facero scheduled to go against Pat Rapp.
They're playing Incaviglia to pull in the infield with the third baseman King well over near the line. There you see him in a big hole on the left side.
Florida's taken a 1-0 lead in the first inning on an RBI single by Jeff Conine. Bouncing ball down the third base side, foul. One ball and one strike.
Talked to Fregosi about that prior to the game, Harry. You know, you want to go out and win it yourself. Do you look down in Florida and say, come on and get some help? And, you know, of course he said, no, you don't want it that way. You want to go out here and win your own games. And then if Montreal happens to lose, fine. There he is. Very steady.
A little bit high for a ball.
Gets a little emotional with us sometimes, but not with the players very often.
2 balls and 1 strike to Incaviglia. High towering pop foul, might be playable. Young near the stands. He has room and makes the catch. Well, that's 2 down. It'll bring on Wes Chamberlain.
Batting 7th, right fielder, number 44, Wes Chamberlain.
Chamberlain hitting at .278. Phillies fans are here for this series. Joe Lisinski from East Norriton Township here for the 3-game set. More Phillies fans will be coming in tomorrow. Joe and Gloria McCoy from Bryn Mawr Hospital in Bridgeport are here for the entire series.
Send our best wishes along to a big Phillies fan watching the game back in Lafayette Hills, Jim Ziegler. You know, he watches all the games and really enjoys them, so we can send our best along to him. There's some fans.
Yeah, you
Harry mentioned.
See a lot of Phillies caps here at Three Rivers, and you'll see more of them tomorrow night. Of course, the Phillies' magic number is 3. The earliest they could possibly clinch would be tomorrow. One ball and 2 strikes to Chamberlain.
Collins doesn't run that much because of the way the lineup's been constituted this year. He can steal bases if he wants, but Cook, just watching him, he really has a tricky leg kick towards the plate, and he makes a base runner have a one-way lead and gets him heading back towards first.
He popped him up off the end of the bat. Drifting out is Carlos Garcia, and the second baseman makes the play. The wind is playing tricks with that ball. You really have to stay with it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the second. It's 0-0.
When it comes to knowing about women, everyone comes to Al.
Give him some advice. Don't marry. Yeah, see, women got it made. They find some guy to marry, then they steal his youth, his paycheck, and his dreams. Oh yeah, then their butt gets big. Then you die, and their butt gets smaller till the next guy comes along.
On the next Married with Children.
Tomorrow at 6:30 on PHL 17.
Jim Florio seems to think this election is about fooling you with untrue negative ads. I say it's about fixing New Jersey's economy. So, as governor, I'm going to cut your taxes every year for the next 3 years. 10% each year for most people, less for those in the higher brackets. Cutting taxes will create more jobs and force Trenton to reduce spending. We know what Jim Florio's taxes and spending did to our economy. Now we've got to clean up the mess. I'm Christy Whitman.
Promises, promises, promises. The papers are full of them. Dearden Buick makes one promise. Top dollar for your trade and the best possible cash difference. Shop Dearden in Langhorne for the best closeout deals on 93 Buicks. Dearden beats the high overhead mega dealers in Langhorne. There's more to Langhorne than Reedman and McCafferty. There's Dearden Buick. Shop and compare. If you price a Buick, you'll buy a Buick at Dearden. Visit their 50-car climate-controlled showroom on Route 1 in Langhorne.
Loosen up, kid. He's a rebel with a cause. I want this dirtbag. A bounty hunter out for justice. One man, one bike, one bad attitude. Renegade.
Sundays at 7 on PHL 17.
Saturday, October 30th, the Fighting Irish at Notre Dame and Navy. All the color, pageantry, and spirit of a traditional rivalry at Veterans Stadium. It'll start at 12:10. Order your tickets by calling the Phils at 463-1000 or stop by the Phillies ticket office at Veterans Stadium. Navy and Notre Dame on October 30th. The game sponsored by Super Pretzel Soft Pretzels, Herman's World of Sporting Goods, WOGL, and the Philadelphia Inquirer. Dave Clark leads it off, hitting at .278. Thought you might hum the Notre Dame fight song as I was doing that promo.
Why would I
background?
do that? Why would I do that?
I think in 2 to Clark.
I might do fight, fight, fight for the blue and white or something. You know?
No balls and 2 strikes to Clark, who's been a hot hitter in his last 18 games, hitting at .423. He's a veteran ball player, 30 years of age, from Tupelo, Mississippi. Curveball struck him out. First strikeout for Ben Rivera, 1 down here in the second.
Ben has an outstanding curveball. There's no doubt about it. It's just a matter of him getting more consistent with his fastball, and they want him to use his changeup more, and they think in time he will, because Johnny Padres thinks he has a good changeup.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority. The Phillies and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the Phillies. Bouncing ball off the bat of Al Martin, and Duncan throws him out. That's 2 down. It'll bring up Kevin Young. Young hitting at .237.
Batting 7th, first baseman, number 36, Kevin Young.
Pirates, even though they're going to finish 5th this year, have been good in 1-run games. They're 29-19 in 1-run games.
40% of their wins have come by 1 run.
Good fastball, 1 strike to Kevin Young. Blew a fastball right by him, 2 strikes.
He's throwing all these breaking balls, and Young, as you look at Cook, who also has a good curveball look on, and here's Young watching all these breaking balls, and then he gets 2 heaters.
There's a curveball, and he lofts it in the air to right field. Chamberlain backtracking. And that'll retire the side. No runs, hits, errors, and none left. At the end of 2 innings, still 0-0.
What I like about you, you really know how to dance. Hey!
From the Jersey Shore is Bud Light.
Now this is Jersey. Bridge and tunnel, here we come. I drink Bud Light because it's made in New Jersey.
Make it a Bud Light, baby!
Hey! Give it up for Bud Light, girlfriend.
Woof, there it is. Hey! Jersey and Bud Light, you got it. Bud Light, it's unbelievable. Oh! Hey!
Don't you have anything to fit me?
No offense, Mr. Jones, but you are a little on the small side.
I need more choices.
Harry, give me those genuine yellow pages. Look, choices. Italian, Greek, Chinese. You want more?
Those are restaurants.
That's right. You put some meat on those bones and come back and see us.
9 out of 10 use it.
Mr. Matterhorn.
The genuine Bella, Pennsylvania Yellow Pages from Bell Atlantic.
Are you losing weight?
When my doctor said to start exercising, I knew I wasn't 25 anymore. That's when I called Bill, my nationwide insurance agent.
Jim had some questions, so we did a nationwide care review. We talked about his financial plan, life insurance, disability coverage, even retirement.
And we covered everything.
It turns out Jim was okay just the way he was.
Insurance-wise, right?
Oh, right.
The care review from Nationwide, because things change.
Nationwide is on your side.
Shipping a package to Omaha? That's child's play. Worldwide shipping demands people with local know-how. DHL. We'll take it from here.
Our trivia question tonight brought to you by Roy Rogers, that one-of-a-kind place with that one-of-a-kind taste. The Braves have 3 players with 30 or more home runs this year. Can you name the last team to have 4 players with 30 or more home runs in a season? 1 strike to Kevin Stocker, who's hitting at .331. Got to be be a pitcher's night, Wheels, a night like this.
Yeah.
Cold.
Ball's not carrying. Yeah, the hitters have been so used to all this warm weather. We have an inordinately hot summer that it is definitely a pitcher's night.
Change up, hit to third baseman King. Stocker retired. One down. It'll bring up Ben Rivera. Ben batting at 102. Lifetime an 098 hitter.
Happy birthday tonight to Manny Loy, number 90 from Pottsville, and to Dr. Carmen Trosi from Cheltenham, who is 80.
Only one hit in the game so far, an infield single by Dave Hollins. Leo Mellon, the 63rd birthday today. Birthday wishes from wife Terry, 6 children and 5 grandchildren. And from us to Leo Mellon. Two strikes to Rivera.
Do I just have to guess the team or the guys that hit him?
You got to guess the guys too, not just the team. First strikeout for Cook, 2 down. And it will bring up Lenny Dykstra. We'll pause for station identification on the Phillies Television Network.
You're watching Phillies baseball on WPHL TV, Philadelphia.
Here's the dude. He grounded out his first time up. He scored more runs than any National League player since Chuck Klein of the Phillies in 1932. 140 runs scored. Last American leaguer to score as many was Ricky Henderson for the Yankees in 1985. He crossed the plate 146 times. One ball and one strike to Dykstra. Just missed. 2-1. Dykstra's got such a good eye, and he leads the league in walks.
It gets pitches too, because the umpires also are zoned into the fact that he has a good eye at a home plate.
It's the ball on the ground to Garcia, and the Phillies are retired here in the third. No runs, hits, errors, and none left. We go to the bottom of the third, still 0-0.
Wouldn't you like a car that handles like a sports car? One that holds 6 comfortably? A car with 214 horsepower, dual airbags, ABS brakes? Introducing a car that gives you everything. Chrysler New Yorker, now amazingly affordable with Gold Key Plus. Chrysler New Yorker, an eloquent expression of form following function at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
Choosing the right heating and cooling dealer used to be a real guessing game.
Furnace guy.
But now, with Lennox quality dealer standards, Lennox products and dealers are an unbeatable team.
You can rely on Atmostemp, South Jersey's largest Lennox dealer for quality products, installations, and service. Atmostemp has been awarded the prestigious Lennox Circle of Excellence Award for sales and service 4 years in a row. Call them today.
Buy a qualifying Lennox system now and get a free color TV.
I'm saving so that we can have a family. We design hand-painted wallpaper, and it's really hard work.
But it's very satisfying.
I think I got my first passbook when I was about 12. It was babysitting money that I just started putting away. Then it turned out to be waitressing money, and then job money, and...
Then my money?
Your money.
Marnie and Nori Collins find that banking really is as easy as GSB.
Savings means freedom to me.
Tonight's Phillies game on PHL 17 is brought to you in part by Budweiser, the king of beers. It reminds you friends know when to say when. Buy your local Quality Plus Ford dealer. Now is the time to save big on the best-selling cars and trucks in America. And by Nationwide Insurance. Nationwide is on your side. Your Nationwide agent in Springfield is Dino Andriatis. Jerry Goff leads off. catcher, hitting at .310 since his call up from Buffalo. 1 home run. At Buffalo, he had .251, 14 homers.
Saw him a few years ago. He got in 57 games with Montreal. Caught some ball games for them.
Signed as a minor league free agent by the Pirates. 1 ball and 1 strike. Our trivia question tonight brought to you by Roy Rogers, that one-of-a-kind place with that one-of-a-kind taste. The Braves have 3 players with 30-plus home runs. Can you name the last team to have 4 players with 30 or more home runs in a season?
I think that it was, and I think it was the 1981 Dodgers around that time.
You got the right team, you got the wrong year.
Yeah. What year was it?
1977.
Okay. All right.
Curveball just missed. 2-2.
So some of the players that hit 30 that year were that Johnny Lee Baker, Dusty Baker.
He had 30.
Reggie Smith.
Had 32.
Ron Say.
Had 30.
You know,
you're missing the guy that hit the most of any of them.
Is that right?
Darren Dalton waits and makes the grab on a foul pop by Goff.
Oh, wait a minute. I got the tough ones then. Well, let's see.
This guy led him in homers with 33.
See, I want to say Garvey, but Garvey was, it was Garvey. Yeah. Okay. I had him written down here, as you can see. But I wasn't quite sure that, that he hit that many. What a team that was.
Yep. Phillies played him in the league championship series that year, didn't they?
Sure.
77, yeah.
Sure, that was the ultimate disappointment year of the rain game.
1 strike to Cook, who's not a bad hitting pitcher. He's hitting .162, a couple of doubles and 5 runs batted in. Curveball, 2 strikes. Ben of the early going, pretty decent command of the curveball. Struck him out with a fastball. Second strikeout for Rivera. 2 down here in the 3rd. It'll bring up Carlos Garcia, who grounded to short his first time up. Well, if you missed your chance this year, make sure you're on board next season with Phillies season tickets. Their plans to suit any budget and schedule, from full season plans to just 16 games or 13 Sundays. All with special benefits to being a season ticket holder, including options to purchase postseason tickets. Call now to get your name on the list for '94 Phillies baseball. Don't miss out again. Call 463-5000 for information. 1 ball and no strikes to Carlos Garcia. Curveball is over for a strike.
He really has a good one tonight. This is the best curveball we've seen Ben throw. This is even better than the one he had last week. And then he throws a fastball, and a guy like Garcia, who wants to hit the fastball, is a little bit late on it because he's established his breaking ball so well tonight.
Pirates were so high on Garcia that they let Jose Lean go, and Garcia, good defensive second baseman. And he's got pretty good offensive numbers as well.
Well, they think he'll have more power than Lean. Lean was so acrobatic at second. But the Pirates people think that he will be a more than adequate second baseman.
Beats the ball foul. It's still 2-2. A real big crowd here tonight. Seems awfully quiet after the 57,000+ at Veterans Stadium over the weekend.
And the weekend prior to that in raucous Montreal.
Two balls and 2 strikes to Garcia with 2 outs and no base runners. Fouls that one out of play. Nothing game. Only 1 hit in the game. An infield single by Dave Hollins. It'll be tough to score runs tonight. It is, as we mentioned, a pitcher's night. Cold. Not good hitting weather. He chases a pitch that bounces up there, and he struck him out. 3rd strikeout for Ben Rivera. No runs, hits, errors, and none left. Rich Ashburn joins Chris Wheeler in the 4th at the end of 3-0.
a blast. We'd ring the Liberty Bell for a Bud Light.
I go ape for Bud Light.
If you're not drinking Bud Light, you're not in the family.
Philly style with Bud Light. We want to drink our Bud Lights with you.
Oh, man. Look what you did. What I did? Just who do you think you are, man? Who do you think I am?
Easy, fellas. What would he do?
Oh, the Yellow Pages?
Just any Yellow Pages?
Genuine Yellow Pages.
9 out of 10 use it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
The genuine New Jersey Bell Yellow Pages from Bell Atlantic.
It's pretty safe to say that nobody's going to award us the Nobel Prize for designing a filtering system for Sunoco gasoline. But what this filter does is keep the tiny particles that can find their way into gasoline from finding their way into your engine. We've been told we're a tad on the obsessive side. Tell that to the guy on the side of the road with a clogged fuel line.
Well, as Mariano Duncan comes up, you saw those runs leaders as Lenny Dykstra way out in front with 140. Barry Bonds trailing him by 18 and nobody else even close. And what a year he's had scoring runs. Duncan, Kruk, and Hollins here in the 4th inning. And Rich Ashburn joins us for color.
Is that what you call it?
Well, there's a lot of things, I guess. Expert analysis. How's that?
Sounds better.
Yeah. More definitive. Not much action in this one so far. Only one hit in the ball game, an infield hit by the Phillies, Dave Hollins. Duncan hits it to deep right field. Back goes Clark. It's gone. A home run, Mariano Duncan. Duncan to deep right center field, hits it out of here. His 10th of the year, and the Phillies jump out 1-0 here in the 4th inning.
Wheels, that ball is really carrying tonight. For some reason, you know, on a cold night, it usually doesn't carry so much. But I can't remember seeing Mariano hit a ball that far to the opposite field. That reached the bleachers.
Yeah, you know, he hit one pretty well his first time up.
That was a fastball out away from him.
Home run number 22 given up by Cook this year, his 3rd to the Phillies. And there it goes into the seats, and now Kruk the batter. Duncan did not play against Cook when we were here back in June. There's Mariano, who had a poor game yesterday at Veterans Stadium, and was talking about that a little bit last night. Swing and foul back. And somebody asked Dunk on the bus yesterday about something he had done in the game yesterday, and Dunk says, I wasn't in that game. They said, yes, you were. He says, no, I wasn't. Didn't you see me play? So that's good when a player can admit he had a bad day, and he did yesterday.
Sometimes you just don't show up.
Yeah, and he just had a bad ball game. Fly ball, center field, drops for a base hit. So the Phillies now have consecutive hits as Rich Ashburn, the hit and run machine, arrives.
Yeah. Wish I could take credit for some of that.
There'd been no offense at all, really. I mean, here comes Dave Hollins, and Dave beat out an infield hit his first time up. Hollins has now reached the 100 runs scored mark. Dave is such a good offensive player and such a great base runner. And even though he's been out some this year, he's still at 100 runs scored. Hollins hits it to center field and deep. Back on Van Slyke at the wall. It's off the top of the wall and in play. It bounces past the right fielder Clark. Hollins will go to 3rd and Kruk will score, and it's 2-0 Phillies. That ball almost went out of the ballpark to right center, hit right on the top of the wall, and Hollins knocks in number 92.
It's hard to believe that ball carried that far. Right over the heart of the plate, and Van Slyke, if it's catchable, he'll get it. That was just about to that yellow line.
I was right at it. And here it comes back. You know, Clark went out and tried to back up the right fielder, but he couldn't get to it because it came off so fast. There's the flags.
You know, Hollins wanted to go for the inside to Parker, and Boa really had to put up a strong stop sign.
Yeah, with nobody out. There's Dave Hollins with his 4th triple of the year. The infield all the way in for Darren Dalton, who takes a strike call. Dutch hit a deep fly ball to center his first time up. Well, Harry and I just talking about, looked like it might be a pitcher's game through the first 3 innings, and now the Phillies have exploded here. Next pitch to Dalton is outside. Dutch struck out 3 times against Cook in the first meeting here when he struck out 10 Phillies. Home run, single, triple. Phillies with a 2-0 lead and a chance for more. Breaking ball misses. 2-1.
Joe Henderzak in Fairless Hills is celebrating a birthday. A nice letter from his wife Doris.
There's John Kruk, who just loves running those bases. Here at Crucker talking about that on Letterman last week. But he had no choice. He had to score because Hollins was running right up his back.
I never made Letterman, but I made Ed Sullivan.
Yeah, that's right. You were.
Thanks.
Dalton fouls it out of the way. I was trying to think what you were talking about then.
That's been a few years ago.
Yeah, that was after the Whiz Kids, right? The 50 Club. Right here in our show. Senor Wences, 3-2. And it's a breaking ball. Misses. You have those dancing bears on with you that night?
You know what we had on with us? We had a juggler.
Left fielder Pete Incaviglia.
I think we were better than the juggler, and I say we, that was Dick Sisler, Granny Hamner, who just passed away, and Pudd'nhead Jones, who passed away a couple, 3 years ago. Sisler is in a home. I'm so far the only.
And you're not that far away.
I even have a reservation.
He's pitching coach Ray Miller out of the mound.
My dear and good friend Joe Williamson, who owns some of those homes, has a room reserved for me.
It's Jeff Ballard, the left-hander, out in the bullpen.
I guess you'll come visit.
Tony Menendez is the right-hander. They have a lot of different pitchers here that we haven't seen before.
That moves the infield back. Double play depth.
Incaviglia with runners at the corners now and nobody out, as Dalton just walked on a 3-2 breaking ball. And Pete popped up foul, the first baseman Young, his first time up. Here's a pitch to him. Fly ball foul out of play right side. Inky with 88 runs batted in, 24 homers. Hit one yesterday afternoon off Steve Avery.
He's had some good at-bats his last 4 or 5 at-bats.
Breaking ball and a beauty over for a strike. 0-2. Chamberlain waits on deck.
Pete thought it was inside. It broke a long way, and that's what fooled Incaviglia. That's big old roundhouse curveball. Not many pitchers throw it anymore.
So Incaviglia trying to do some more damage here as the Phillies have jumped out to a 2-0 lead here in the 4th. Wild pitch. Hollins scores his 101st run of the year. Dalton moves up to second, and the Phils lead it 3-0 here in the 4th inning.
It was way over Goff's head. Like he was really going to hump up on a fastball, and he threw it right back to the wall. Padding stopped it. Sometimes you see that ball bounce right back to the plate.
So there's Darren Dalton on at second base now. The count 1-2 on Pete Incaviglia. Dave Hollins, what a run scoring machine he is. Incaviglia fouls at third base side. One of those situations where you have 3 runs in, you really don't look to see Incaviglia give himself up, hit it to the right side, because he might just jerk one. Dave Hollins on the Phil's bench beside Duncan, who got it started with the homer. Fouled that one off Jerry Goff, and that one hurt him. Just saw on the wire before We came on the air that Benito Santiago's officially gone for the season. He evidently has some cysts on his polyps or something on his left hand. That was causing the problem, the pain he was having. So he's going to have surgery, and he's finished.
Happy birthday to Otto Strohmeyer in Doylestown, who's 93 on this September 27th.
Breaking ball and missed inside that time. As Whitey mentioned, that ball covers a lot of territory. That's why it was so amazing to me that night that he pitched that well, because of all the ground that ball covers. I mean, you really have to have pinpoint control with his curveball. 2-2. Deep left center field. This is trouble. Dalton scores easily. It goes all the way to the wall, and Incaviglia is in at second with a stand-up double. His 16th of the year, his 89th run batted in, and the Phillies have scored 4 times here in the 4th inning, and there's still nobody out. 89 RBIs repeat a new career high.
They've hit for the cycle in this inning. Single, double, triple, home run.
Yeah, the Phillies really something in this inning. Cook is their best pitcher. Here comes Leland. He's going to come and get Cook. But Cook has been pitching pretty well for the Pirates this season. Is going to be gone after just 3+ innings. The 1 strikeout, 1. So Tony Menendez, the right-hander, will come on as Wes Chamberlain is due to bat, and Steve Cook will get an early shower. We have a pitching change here at Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh. The score, the Phillies 4 and the Pirates nothing.
My years in football taught me the value of a great health plan. Hello, I'm Dick Vermeil. Everyday life has its bumps and bruises, too. And that's why Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield have added the new personal choice to our game plan. There's no need to enroll with a primary care physician, and you don't need a referral to see a specialist. Office visits are covered, and there are no claim forms. Now, what could be easier? Call 1-800-ASK-BLUE for all the benefits of personal choice. The health plan that controls cost, not people.
It's like having a Phillies ticket window come right to your home. Call 463-1000 and reserve your tickets in advance. No rushing, no waiting, no hassle. 463-1000. It's like having a Phillies ticket window right in your home.
Well, here in the 4th inning, it's the Phillies 4 and the Pirates nothing. Travel arranged through U.S. Air with daily nonstop service to Los Angeles, San Francisco, San Diego, and Seattle. To the West Coast, U.S. Air begins with you. The right-hander Tony Menendez is 6'2", 195-pounder. Born in Havana, now makes his home in Carroll City, Florida. Originally signed by the Chicago White Sox organization, has also pitched for the Cincinnati Reds, both in their minor leagues and at Cincinnati last year when he was in 3 games. Menendez spent the season at Buffalo, where he was 4-5 with a 2.42 earned run average in 54 games with 24 saves. There you see the numbers on him since he's been here with the Pirates, coming into game number 12, all of them in relief. Walking 2, striking out 11 in 19 and 2/3 innings, and he's picked up a couple of wins. Antonio Menendez. He is 28 years of age, facing Wes Chamberlain. Dalton leads off second. The pitch to Wes. Or excuse me, Incaviglia leads off second, and the pitch to Wes is outside, ball 1. Chamberlain popped up his first time up. Way outside. Ooh. Nice play by Goff. Gary Sheffield has knocked in a run for the Florida Marlins. It's now 2-0. Florida leading Montreal as Sheffield knocked in a run with a base hit. So the Phillies leading and the Expos losing at this point, which it's way too early, but could set up an interesting scenario tomorrow should it stay that way.
Dagmar Pearson in Upper Darby, 82 today.
And the pitch to West is way outside. He walked him on 4 pitches. Phillies yet to be retired here in the 4th inning. 6 batters have now reached base, and Kevin Stocker 0 for 1 will bat.
Shortstop Kevin Stocker.
Cook walked 1 and struck out, or he walked 1 and struck out 1 while he was in the ball game. This is a guy who had struck out 16 and 15 prior innings against the Phillies. Stocker grounded to third his first time up. Phillies facing Menendez for the first time ever. Outside ball 1. Ben Rivera waits on deck.
Menendez hasn't thrown a strike yet. 5 straight out of the strike zone. The last pitch was close.
There's a strike. And it's 1-1 to Kevin Stocker. If you're just tuning in, the Phillies have scored 4 runs here in the 4th inning. And they have Pete Incaviglia at second base, Wes Chamberlain at first, and nobody out. On a cold, raw night at Three River Stadium in Pittsburgh. Stocker fouls it away, out of play.
Happy birthday to Mildred Jefferson, Newtown, Pennsylvania, 78 years old today.
Sparse crowd here on this cold night, and that guy's happy he showed up. A ball and 2 strikes. Now it's Stocker. Popped him up. Shallow left field. Mark, the left fielder, grabs it 1 away. So Kevin Stocker pops up, and that's the first out here in the 4th inning. And that'll bring up Ben Rivera, who's a very good bunter, and he could be up there to bunt. The 1993 Phillies home companion, by the way, that will be narrated by Harry Callis and Lenny Dykstra. It features Dykstra, Dalton, Indy, Inky, Kruk, and the rest of the Fightin' Phils. Will be released soon. It's 60 minutes, and it is a great, great video. A must for all fans. Reserve your copy now. Call 463-1000 during normal business hours, or send a check or money order payroll to the Phillies. $23.95, inclusive of shipping. And Ben's around to bunt, and it is outside, ball 1. That's P.O. Box 7575, Philadelphia 19101. Phillies home video. P.O. Box 7575, Philadelphia 19101. That should be quite a pair, huh? Harry Callis and Lenny Dykstra narrating that one.
I might even buy one of those.
Rivera bunts it foul. Ben has 13 sacrifices on the year. They are through 3. Florida and Montreal, 2-0 it says out there on the scoreboard. That's Pat Rapp and Jeff Facero tonight. Pirates looking for the bunt, and it's off the glove of Goff, and that's a pass ball. He just missed it. And there goes Incaviglia to third and Chamberlain to second on the pass ball by Goff.
That's another one of those high and outside, almost a wild pitch. Goff got leather on it, but couldn't hold it. That's the good news. The bad news is now that Ben has to swing.
Ben has no runs batted in this year. He has 2 in his career, and he's a lifetime 098 hitter. Obviously, the Pirates will play the infield all the way in. Lenny Dykstra waiting on deck. And the left-hander Ballard still up in the bullpen. Way outside, 3-1.
Yeah, this guy is evidently just wild, although his record this year with the Pirates doesn't indicate that he's wild. He has good control.
Had 21 walks, 48 strikeouts, and 63 innings at AAA at Buffalo. Pretty good ratio. Strike called.
That was inside. He got the call, though.
Antonio Gustavo Menendez.
This
grew up in Miami.
With the Pirates, he'd only walked 2 in almost 20 innings.
Pitch to Ben, and he walked it. Bases are loaded as Ben Rivera walks, and Lenny Dykstra will bat. The Phillies have batted around here in the 4th, and Jim Leland's doing all he can to show the Expos he's trying to keep this one close, because he's going to make another change and bring in the left-hander Ballard to pitch to Lenny Dykstra. So we have another pitching change here in the 4th inning as the Phillies have batted around, scored 4 times so far. Here comes the left-hander Ballard into the game, and we'll be back after this.
Just last year, John Pasmato scaled the rocky slopes of Kilimanjaro, trekked through the murky waters of the Amazon, and captained a tall ship through the treacherous Strait of Magellan.
Mellon PSFS employees are giving their time to help people embark on some of the greatest adventures of their lives.
All it took was learning to read.
Do you want your car done right?
If you want your car done right, bring it to a place that puts its money where its mouth is. Bring it to Jiffy Lube, where millions of cars every year are covered by our pledge of satisfaction.
Everybody says they'll do the job right, but at Jiffy Lube, we guarantee it. One more reason, Jiffy Lube is America's favorite oil change.
We got experience at Jiffy Lube. When I go to sleep at night, you're always a part of my dream.
For the Pirates, now pitching.
And the left-hander Jeff Ballard is the new pitcher. He spent most of the season at Buffalo. He was 6-1, 2.29 ERA in 12 starts. He's a much-traveled left-hander. He pitched for Baltimore also. And the Phillies saw him earlier this year. In fact, Lenny Dykstra, who's going to bat off him, was 1 for 2 off Ballard. See his numbers with the Pittsburgh Pirates coming into his 23rd game of the year, and he has started 5 of them. 4.86 earned run average, 67 hits in 50 innings. And that also includes 14 walks, a league batting .338 against him. That's right, today's Schmitty's birthday. Yeah. 44, I think it is. Still remember Michael Jack in this ballpark, and you think about that home run number 500.
Off Don Robinson.
And a lot of other things Mike did here. Bases loaded. The infield is in. And the pitch to Dykstra is outside. They're not playing it at double play depth. There you see where the middle infielders, Bell and Garcia, are.
They're dropping back a little bit now. They're Bell and Garcia are up about halfway.
Yeah, they could get a double play if it's hit hard. They're thinking about coming home if it's hit softly. Pitch to Lenny, hard ground ball. They're going to come home with it, and then back to first. Goff double pump, and they still got it. Close play at first, but it turns into a double play. 3, 2, 3. Dykstra can't believe it. Well, the Phillies have a big inning. They pick up 4 runs, and they now lead it by a score of 4-0.
An escaped convict tangles with a cop.
I'll shoot you down, and you keep on coming.
From the future.
You're history. How can I be history? I'm not even born yet.
Time tracks.
Tonight at 8 on PHL 17.
Inky, Izzy, The Wild Thing, Batty,
Dutch, Dude, The Crucker, and friends request the pleasure of your company at Veterans Stadium in 1994. Season ticket plans range from full season to as few as 13 games. For more information, call 463-5000.
Now, getting gasoline at the Big Red O is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Just drive into a mobile pay-at-the-pump station. Use your ATM or credit card. It doesn't cost you any more. Then, pump away. Take your receipt and drive away. Pay at the pump at Mobil. It's the fastest way to drive your engine clean.
We just saw yet another category that Lenny Dykstra leads with 189 hits, followed by Mark Grace at 185, and Jay Bell playing here tonight. How about this play?
Lenny thought he was safe at first. You see Goff double pump there. That would have cost him a couple of steps. It's kind of a hard angle, but Lenny was doing a lot of jawing. So the Pirates, who got out of that with 4 innings, it could have been worse.
Yeah, Phillies have a 4-run inning as they bat around, as Whitey said. It could have been a lot worse. Lenny hit that ball right on the nose, but right at the first baseman, Kevin Young. We talked at the start of the broadcast tonight that the Pirates have an excellent defensive infield. In fact, Young has made just 3 errors all year. So they do make the plays in the infield. And even though the catcher Goff almost messed it up, they got the double play. There's Dykstra after having a little conversation with Jerry Davis, not happy about that call.
Hit the ball right on the nose. It's actually hit 2 balls to Young tonight that have been caught. Both hit hard.
Here's Jay Bell, who walked his first time up. Ben has walked 1, struck out 3 thus far. All 4 of the runs are charged to the starter, Steve Cook. Fastball over for a strike. It'll be Bell, Van Slyke, and King here in the 4th inning. 4-0 Phils. Bell rips it foul, third base side. Strike 3 called, and Jay Bell is out on strikes. He doesn't like it, walks away slowly.
He doesn't like it because he was looking for something else, and Ben just threw that fastball right by. It was a good pitch. It was a strike, almost a perfect pitch. Outside corner, right at the knees.
4 strikeouts, 3 in a row for Ben Rivera. The official 1993 Phillies gift and souvenir catalog, courtesy of Kellogg's, is available. Catalog features all your favorite Phillies items, including jackets, jerseys, t-shirts, caps, and much, much more. Here's Andy Van Slyke, and the pitch to him, a breaking ball over for a strike. You can get the catalog free just by calling the Phillies at 463-1000 and ask for a Phillies souvenir and gift catalog. Van Slyke lined out to Incaviglia his first time up. Nice running catch by Pete. Blowout of a season for Van Slyke after fracturing a collarbone. And he missed 66 games with that injury. Two balls and a strike.
Pirates end up their season in Montreal. 3 games.
Fouled back. I heard Jim Leland before the ball game on an interview talking about playing the Phillies in the Expos at the end of the year, hoping his ball club could win a few more games. They've had a tough season, 72 and 83 overall, and they're 1 under 500 here at home. And they're trying to develop something for next year. Hard ground ball and a base hit to center field. First hit for the Pirates, and Andy Van Slyke has it. A one-out single.
He waited nicely on a off-speed pitch. I believe that was a straight change. Had a little movement on it, but Van Slyke went out there and stroked it. End over swing.
And Jeff King, the batter. King having a fine season with 93 runs batted in. Fly to deep right his first time up. Pitch to him is a breaking ball low, ball one. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning here at Three Rivers. First to 4. Phillies and the Pirates. Phil's lead at 4-0. Outside 2-0. The on-deck batter is a left-handed hitter, Dave Clark. Ren Rivera, 6'6", 230-pounder, 24 years of age. Pretty good swing at that one and fouled it back.
Chase a high pitch. That was his home run swing. And that's his home run pitch if it's just a little lower. He likes that high fastball.
Karen Dalton just walked the ball halfway out to the mound to Ben Rivera, and giving him a little pep talk. That's pitched the first 3 innings, a strong first 3. One out here in the 4th with Van Slyke on at first base. Fly ball center field, hit pretty well, but Dykstra has room. Lenny there, waits, and that's the second out. Back to first goes Van Slyke. And Dave Clark, who struck out in the second inning, will bat. Clark, who's seen duty with the Cubs and the Indians, among other teams. He's always been a pretty good pinch hitter and has played quite a bit for the Pirates this year. Orlando Merced is out with a sore hand, and they don't know that he'll play the rest of the year. He might be able to pinch hit. Merced at one point this year is contending for the batting title, which now looks, Whitey, like it's going to belong to Galarraga.
They still don't list him.
Yeah.
I guess he still doesn't have enough bats officially. It looks like he'll get them if he keeps playing.
There's Merced.
I think that hand really affected his hitting. At least that's what the Pirates say. He really plummeted. He hasn't been hitting at all.
He got off to a great start. Clark fouls it away left side out of play. In fact, he gave up switch hitting back in April in a game against the Phillies and stayed as a left-handed batter and hit over 300 left-handed since that point. He wasn't playing at all when left-handers would pitch because he was such a poor right-handed batter, so he's just a left-handed hitter now. Here's the 0-2 high. Clark weakly to center field. Lenny Dykstra coming on, waits, and Lenny puts it away, and that'll do it for the Pirates in the 4th. No runs, a hit, no errors. They leave 1 through 4, 4-0 Phils.
My years in football taught me the value of a great health plan. Hello, I'm Dick Vermeil. Everyday life has its bumps and bruises, too. And that's why Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield have added the new personal choice to our game plan.
There's no need to enroll with a primary care physician, and you don't need a referral to see a specialist. Office visits are covered, and there are no claim forms. Now, what could be easier?
Call 1-800-ASK-BLUE for all the benefits of personal choice. The health plan that controls cost, not people.
When Bob borrowed a lawnmower, all he got was short grass. When Bob borrowed hedge clippers, all he got was nice shrubs. When Bob borrowed a ladder, all he got was red shutters. When Bob borrowed a hose, all he got was wet. But when Bob borrowed money, he got indispensable banking services. The Mellon PSFS Smart Accounts. The package accounts for people who borrow as well as save.
Where to find the mountain man. A mountain man can often be found on the trail of adventure, in search of remote watering holes, or weathering harsh climates. Most often, however, you'll find the mountain man wherever you find smooth bush beer or easy drinking bush light. So, head for the mountains and find yourself in the wide, open world of the mountain man.
Phillies scored their 4 runs in the 4th inning. Mariano Duncan led off with a home run, a Kruk single, a Hollins triple. There was a wild pitch in there, a Dalton walk, an Incaviglia double, and that was it. 4-0, top of the 5th, and the guy that started, Mariano Duncan, the hitter.
Duncan hit a home run to deep right center, his 10th of the year, leading off the inning when the Phillies batted around in the 4th. And here we go to the 5th inning, and Jeff Ballard on. He threw the double play ball. They got the Pirates out of further trouble to get out of that 4th inning. Dunk tonight is 1 for 2 with that home run and a line drive out to right field. Phillies 4 runs, 5 hits, and no errors, and the Pirates no runs and 1 hit. There's another shot to right. Here comes Clark, and he makes the play. Well, Mariano Duncan has hit 3 balls hard to right field tonight. He's 1 for 3.
When he's hitting well, he's hitting the ball hard to right field, and I think in yesterday's game, he was fooled a lot by a changeup in trying to pull it. That was Steve Avery's changeup.
Little girl's enjoying herself here on this chilly night. John Kruk, the batter. Kruk hit a fly ball his first time up to left field, then single to center. His dad, Mo, sitting down there behind the dugout. From West Virginia.
Dave Clark,
Dad calls himself Kruk.
Yeah, Kruk. Well, you know, I think they pronounce their family name Crook, like crook, I'm a crook.
Yeah,
I'm not a crook. I believe that because in Cincinnati, when John bats, they call him Crook. But Kruk doesn't care. You know, John Kruk doesn't mean anything to him. And there he walks. And that's the first walk issued by Ballard. That's his fourth Pirates walk issued tonight, first by him. And Dave Hollins will bat. Hollins a good night, 2 for 2, an infield hit and a double off the wall in center, or triple off the wall in center field. Just missed a homer. One out in the inning. Pirates have their defensive double play depth.
Here we go.
King playing Hollins to pull in a huge hole on the left side. About the way the Braves were over-shifting over the weekend.
Couldn't
see
believe
anything
it.
like that.
You know, it hurt them too on some batters. But they still won 2 out of 3.
Yep. They are off tonight, by the way. The Giants do play. Hollins beats it off the plate. This is going to be a tough play. It'll be a base hit. Off the glove of the first baseman, Young. Here comes Kruk. He's being waved around. Hollins will go to third. The Phillies have their 5th run. It's a wild throw to the plate, but Ballard backs it up. What a Keystone Cops play that was. That'll be an infield hit for Hollins. An error, no RBI, and the Phillies have a 5th run, and they're having some fun in the dugout.
Well, every time they can make Kruk run, they get a kick out of it. He's had a run twice tonight from first base, and that's a gift run. That was really a goofy play. Infield will come in tight again.
Single and an error on the pitcher, Ballard. And Darren Dalton, the batter. And the pitch is low, ball 1.
trying to get him.
He's had a run twice like that tonight. Yeah.
What if he'd had a run like this in Colorado?
Look at him looking in the camera. He knows we're watching him. Oh yeah, that thin air. This stuff could make the Letterman show with him running the bases like this. Yeah, he's tired. Pirates' first error. Dalton fouls it away left side. Here's the play again, Whitey.
Bellard probably shouldn't have thrown it. Of course, that's a knee-jerk reaction. Threw it way over Young's head. Clark winds up getting it, and then he throws it away.
Only one error on the play because Hollins had gotten a third already. Pitch to Dutch Dalton. Ground ball hit weakly to short. Hollins does not break. And they throw out Dalton for the second out of the inning. They were not going on contact with Incaviglia on deck and a left-hander pitching. So Dalton with a chance for RBI number 106 doesn't get it. 2 outs. The infielders move back. And here comes Jim Leland. Well, he is really managing this one.
It's like the 7th game of the World Series.
Well, you know, when you're the type of guy that Jim Leland is, you know, you're going to do everything you can to try and win the ball game for the Montreal Expos. That's just the kind of manager he is. So they're going to make another change. Jeff Ballard will leave. And a right-hander on the way into the ball game, and the Pirates will be bringing their 4th pitcher into the ball game, and we'll be back with that right after this.
When my doctor said to start exercising, I knew I wasn't 25 anymore. That's when I called Bill, my nationwide insurance agent.
Jim had some questions, so we did a nationwide care review. We talked about his financial plan, life insurance, disability coverage, even retirement.
And we covered everything.
It turns out Jim was okay just the way he was.
Insurance-wise, right?
Oh, right.
The care review from Nationwide, because things change.
Nationwide is on your side.
Where are they going?
Shopping.
9 out of 10 use it. All aboard! The genuine Bella, Pennsylvania Yellow Pages from Bell Atlantic.
The happiness in your warm caress, no rabbit's foot can bring. Come on.
Well, as the fans dance to the music by the king himself from Tupelo, Mississippi. Elvis Presley, the new pitcher, is the right-hander Dan Maselli, who was born in Newark, New Jersey, resides now in Orlando, Florida. He was acquired from Kansas City for Stan Belinda. That happened while the Pirates were in Philadelphia in late July. He is a strikeout pitcher. Minor league totals before coming over to the Pirates. He had 268 strikeouts and 218 and 2/3 career minor league innings. Hard-throwing right-hander. He has 4 strikeouts and 4 2/3 innings in 7 games here in the big leagues. Dan Maselli facing Incaviglia, the pitch to Inky. Fouls it out of play off the end of the bat. Pete tonight has fouled out, doubled, and knocked in a run. His 89th of the year, a career high for him. Fastball. Oh, he called a balk then. Yep.
How about that?
Said he didn't stop. Phillies get a cheapie as Hollins crosses the plate once again. Dave now has 102 runs scored, and the Phillies lead it 6-0 on a balk by Maselli. Pitch, of course, did not count. Fouled away. Here's the balk.
Well, yeah, he really didn't stop on that. He just brought those hands down and brought the leg up. There has to be a slight hesitation there.
And Incaviglia hits a little chopper to third. Here comes King, and it's another infield hit. Phillies have had 3 of them tonight, 2 in this inning. Opinion Cavilla has his second hit of the ball game. That'll bring up Chamberlain.
King had no chance, even had he fielded. Tried to get it with his bare hand, but wouldn't have made any difference.
So Incavilla can hit him as far as anybody in baseball. Gets a little chop single to third. Wind is really starting to pick up. It's getting very cold here. Next pitch at Chamberlain is low, ball one. Wes is 0 for 1 tonight. He's popped up and walked. It's Blas Minor, the right-hander, starting to throw.
Like an exhibition game, the way these pitchers are whipping in here.
Well, Leland has a lot of pitchers available. This guy does throw hard. 3-0. There's a Pirates bullpen. Still a lot of help out there. Fourth pitcher used already. This is Dan Maselli, 5'11", 205-pound right-hander. Pitch to West is over for a strike. Two outs, a couple runs in. Phil's 6. Pirates nothing. Chamberlain high in the air to left field and shallow. Coming in, the left fielder Al Martin waits. He squeezes it, puts it away, and that'll do it. Phil's pick up 2 runs in the inning on a couple of hits, an error, and they'll leave 1. We go to the bottom of the 5th. John Kruk does a little more running, heading out to first. 6-0 Phil.
If you want your car done right, bring it to a place that puts its money where its mouth is. Bring it to Jiffy Lube, where millions of cars every year are covered by our pledge of satisfaction.
Everybody says they'll do the job right, but at Jiffy Lube, we guarantee it. One more reason, Jiffy Lube is America's favorite oil change.
We got experience at Jiffy Lube.
You get a Mustang and a
Each year, a shipment of school supplies arrives at community colleges nationwide. Here, students, handpicked by Ford dealers, earn degrees in automotive technology on Ford cars and trucks. All to give you service at your dealer you won't find anywhere else. Quality care, where the quality continues.
For quality service or to test drive one of the best-selling cars and trucks in America, see your local Quality Plus Ford dealer today.
I think I'm pregnant. Yes, we're excited. It's just that I hope it's true. I mean, we've been trying for a long time, and I'm just a little worried. We're new to your health plan, and I thought maybe you could help me find a doctor. I don't want to do anything wrong. I just want to do what's right for the baby.
Don't worry. We'll help you choose a doctor. We have this program, Healthy Beginnings, with nurses to answer any questions.
Aetna Health Plans. The more you know, the better you feel.
Tonight's Phillies game on PHL 17 is brought to you in part by AT&T. Because you're not the same as anybody else, there's the iPlan. By Jiffy Lube, America's favorite oil change. And by the Pennsylvania Lottery. Lottery proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians. Al Martin leads it off, followed by Kevin Young and Jerry Goff here in the 5th inning. Got some convicts here, huh? A little early for Halloween. Almost October. Full moon here tonight. Rained a lot in Pittsburgh today. Rained right up to game time almost, then cleared off, and now it's a very cool, crisp evening.
Too cold to rain right now.
Yeah, it is. Next pitch by Ben Rivera is over for a strike. I understand he had some bad weather at home tonight. Tornadoes, heavy rain, power outages. So I hope everybody's back to normal. Watching the ball game now. Next pitch is outside. Let's pause for station identification on the Phillies television network.
You're watching Phillies baseball on WPHL TV, Philadelphia.
This guy's checking out the paper. And the pitch is up high, 3-1. Ben has walked 1, struck out 4. Given up just 1 hit, a single by Andy Van Slyke in the 4th. He has a 6-0 lead. Check swing and a strike call. 3-2 to Martin, who grounded to second his first time up.
Encouraging the way he's pitching this game and his last game against Florida. 8 innings, gave up a run.
Well, Phillies really like Ben Rivera and still think he's going to be a good one. He was not supposed to pitch tonight, but then they decided to keep him on his regular schedule. Johnny Padres is very fond of Ben Rivera. Pitches inside, ball 4. He walked him. Walk number 2 issued by Rivera. Pirates with a leadoff base runner in the 5th for Kevin Young, a right-handed hitter.
First baseman, Kevin Young.
Here's Young out of their farm system. The Pirates. He was a player of the year in the International League last year. Pitches inside, ball 1. Rivera blew some fastballs right by this guy his first time up, and then got him to fly out on a curveball. 1 ball and 1 strike on Young. Has a .997 fielding percentage this year. Thinks about bunting. That is Rich Robertson, a left-hander up in the bullpen. A little herky-jerky.
Slings it.
The Phillies are seeing a lot of pitchers tonight they've never seen before. Jim Leyland has a 9-man bullpen available. Swing and a miss by Young. And the count 2-2. Last we heard it was 2-0. Florida leading Montreal in a game down at Joe Robbie Stadium. We'll give you an update on that as we get them. Fouled away off the screen behind home plate. Toronto, if they win tonight, it's all over, and they lead Milwaukee 2-0. Blue Jays having another terrific year.
Picked a good time to get hot, didn't they?
Sure did. They had a problem there for a while winning. They were losing a lot of games at home, and then all of a sudden they got hot. Now they've just blown everybody away. It's not raining. It's starting to spit a little bit. There goes the base runner, and a fly ball to left center field is trouble. Going to go all the way to the wall. Run will score. Young on his way to second with a double as Al Martin crosses the plate, and now it's a 6-1 game in favor of the Phillies. Double number 24 for Kevin Young, and his 46th run batted in.
Rivera hung a curveball. I mean, he hung it right up there. That just says hit me. I mean,
and he did.
Yeah, smoked it in that gap.
So Jerry Goff, the left-handed batting catcher, will now hit with Andy Tomberlin moving into the on-deck circle. Tomberlin, a left-handed batter. He'll bat for the pitcher Maselli. Goff popped up his first time up. There's Tomberlin out of the Atlanta Braves organization, signed as a 6-year minor league free agent by Pittsburgh. He played at Buffalo this season. Inside in this inning, a walk and a double, and the Pirates have a run. That's only the second hit so far for Pittsburgh. Here's a look into the Phillies bullpen. And all of a sudden, Rivera's getting himself in some trouble. It's 3-0, coasting along with a 6-0 lead here in the inning.
Well, the walks have hurt the Phillies pitchers a lot lately, and it is coming down. This game's not official, you know.
Looked up a little while ago and there was a full moon, and now all of a sudden there are clouds obviously overhead and some rain falling, and the wind has really picked up. 3-0. Strike called. Supposed to have showers off and on for a couple of days here, and a cold front come in, be in the 50s during the daytime here on Wednesday. All 4. He walked him. So Rivera had good control in this game. All of a sudden is starting to walk batters. That's number 3. And Padres makes his way slowly to the mound as Tomberlin comes out the bat.
About the only way that Pittsburgh can, you know, give you a lot of trouble now is to help them out. And that's what Ben has done here. They can't do much about the double, the hanging pitch. But the 2 walks, you hate to see that when you have a 6-run lead, which is now 5, and Pirates are trying to get it closer.
Andy Tomberlin, 4 for 16 as a pinch hitter, batting .300 overall with a homer and 5 runs batted in for the Pirates since his recall from Buffalo. That was on the 11th of August. Here's the pitch to the left-handed batter, and it's high, ball 1. Tomberlin had 12 homers, drove in 45 at AAA Buffalo this year, batting .285.
And the Phillies bullpen is starting to stir.
Here's the pitch to Tomberlin. Big swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kevin Young at second base. Jerry Goff at first as Fregosi looks on. Nobody out in the 5th inning. A run in for the Pirates.
See all that debris in front of the plate. It's starting to blow out of the stands.
Flags are blowing hard to left field right now, high atop the stadium. You see out in the outfield, they've covered off a lot of the stands in the upper deck because they really don't sell them here. They haven't had that kind of attendance over the years, so they figure they just cover them up. There's some Phillies fans as it's raining lightly here. 1-1 to Tomberlin. And a late swing and a miss. 1-2, chased a high fastball. Tomberlin's 5'11", 180-pounder. As you look at those flags and that misty rain. Lives in Monroe, North Carolina. And was with the Braves up until this year. And their organization was at Richmond last season. There's a pitch to him. Struck him out. He just blew him away with fastballs. Strikeout number 5 for Ben Rivera. 1 out here in the 5th.
Tomberlin helped him by swinging it. Last 2 pitches were both high, and this one is up there. Couldn't catch up to it.
Carlos Garcia, the batter. He's grounded to short and struck out. Phillies play the infield at double play depth for the Pirates' second baseman. Pirates will be coming on with their 5th pitcher of the game already when we move to the 6th inning, as Baselli goes a 3rd of an inning. Tuno, as you said, Tomberlin really helped him out to get his only out of the inning thus far. Robertson's the left-hander, Blast Minor the right-hander. Hit well to deep right center field. Chamberlain going back at the wall, reaches up and grabs it. Nice catch, Wes Chamberlain, and the base runners have to scurry back, 2 outs.
Well, that's a big one. That's a real big one for Ben Rivera, because that could have been 2 runs if the ball clanked against that wall. Chamberlain played it perfectly, had a beat on it all the way. Wasn't going to let the wall bother him.
Chamberlain, the former Pittsburgh Pirate, makes a good play there to save Ben Rivera trouble. And here's Bell 0 for 1. Jay Bell has walked and struck out. Phillies really play him as an opposite field hitter, shading Dykstra towards right center as he takes strike 1.
That's one of the reasons he's a better hitter, is because he's a good opposite field hitter now. Hits the ball well to right center.
Here you see the defense employed by the Phils. Outside on deck is Van Slyke. 2 on now with 2 outs. There's Andy. Two and 1. Jay Bell third in the league in hits with 184. Dykstra leading it at 189. Rain gear coming out for some of the fans. Foul tip held on to by Dalton. 2-2.
And Bell chased a high pitch. That's also his long ball pitch.
Yeah, he's a
up
high
and
ball
in.
hitter.
Yeah, up and in. He likes that up and in pitch.
Two and 2 to Jay Bell. Fouled it back.
Got another one. A little bit more over the plate, out over the plate. But he also likes that one. That's the ball he hits usually to right center.
Rivera trying to get the third out in the inning. He still leads at 6-1. That's inside. Jay Bell likes to dive into the pitch, but that one almost hit him. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The runners will be off on the pitch. Bell smiles at that.
Right under his chin.
Yeah, well, he expected everything away, it looked like, and he went right into that one, almost got hit. There go the base runners. 3-2 pitch. He walked him. And they're loaded for Andy Van Slyke. Walk number 4 issued by Rivera, the second one in this inning. Third one in this inning.
That's one of Ben's problems, is that he bunches his walks. Instead of walking, if he walks 5 or 6, 3 or 4 of them are usually in 1 inning.
3 of them in this inning. 1 of them scored already. 2 more on base. Also a double out there. And Van Slyke, who was lined out and singled to center for the Pirates' first hit, that came in the 4th. The Phillies with a 6-1 lead hanging on here in the 5th. Playing Van Slyke to pull. High and outside, ball 1. Nobody up in the bullpen. As the winds continue to whip and Van Slyke steps out. You see the umpire's pants blowing there. It's Larry Vanover, the second base umpire. Two and up.
Can't believe there's nobody warming up. I mean, you can't continually. Well, now they're waving to the bullpen. They must have lost their telephone communication.
It's like Roger Mason's taking off the parka. Van Slyke swings 2-0 and beats it foul first base side.
He swung at a ball up a little bit. He's thinking, you know, a long ball. That would put the Pirates right back in the ball game, and had a long ball pitch, except it might have been a little too high to drive.
See Van Slyke blowing on his hands. It's really gotten cold here. I mean, it was cold when it started, but in the last hour it's gotten worse. Wind blowing hard, some misty rain falling. Here's the pitch to Van Slyke. Line shot on one hop. Stocker throws to first. He got him. Nice play by Kevin Stocker on a one-hop smash. Kruk makes a good stretch, and Rivera gets out of it with just one. We're through 5. Phillies 6 and the Pirates 1.
Place on earth that I'd rather be than out in the open where it's all plain to see. If it's gonna get done, it's up to you and me. Come on and head for the mountains of Bush. Come on and head for the mountains of Bush. Here.
If 800 service is how you fish for sales, you should know AT&T's nearest competitor is twice as likely to have a network outage. And when that happens, you might not get as many bites. One of the 800 reasons to choose AT&T 800 service, the best in the business. Imagine this is an 800 line. If a network cable cut blocks your calls, AT&T's FastStar reroutes them, so you're back on track in minutes. One of the 800 reasons to choose AT&T 800 service, the best in the business.
Murphy, that package you sent to Denver, it never got there.
Introducing tracking software from Federal Express.
It was picked up at 5:20 last night, and it was delivered at 9:42 a.m. and signed for by Kate Donovan. Shall I call her for you, sir?
Never mind. Now you can track packages right from your computer on your desk.
RBI leaders were on display at Veterans Stadium over the weekend. David Justin's leading with 115, Ron Gann 114, and Barry Bonds has got hot again. He now has 44 homers and 114. Matt Williams and Darren Dahl. Mike Piazza, by the way, with 102 runs batted in, as we look at yet another pitcher to come into the ball game. The left-hander Rich Robertson. He is 6'4", 175-pounder out of Natchitoches, Texas. Signed as the Pirates' 9th round selection in June of 1990. There you see the numbers on him. He's coming into game number 77, all of them in relief. Couple of walks, couple of strikeouts. Robertson at Buffalo this year, 9-8 with a 4.28 ERA, 23 games, and he was a starting pitcher down there with 2 complete games. Johnny Padres and Ben Rivera between innings. Padres really likes to pump up Ben Rivera, and that's just what he's doing there, Whitey.
He's shaking hands. Maybe he's done, huh?
Well, you tell him, you got good stuff, Benny. Just throw it. No, he talks to him. Stocker, the batter, facing Rich Robertson. We saw him working in the bullpen. He looks a little herky-jerky.
He holds that ball out there like the Statue of Liberty play, like somebody's going to sweep behind him and pick up the ball.
Stocker grounds one to second, where Garcia throws him out. 1 out, and Stocker is 0 for 3. And Ben Rivera will stay in the ball game and bat. Ben has struck out and walked tonight. If you missed your chance this year, make sure you're on board next season with Phillies season tickets. There are plans that suit any budget and schedule, from full season plans to just 16 games or 13 Sundays. And there's always special benefits to being a season ticket holder, as that's over for a strike, including options to purchase postseason tickets. So get your name on the list for '94. Call 463-5000 for season ticket information. Ben swings and fouls one, held on to by Goff, 0-2. Now we see that full moon overhead again. Strange night here. Ben Rivera beats one foul third base side. Rich Robertson, pitcher number 5, used by Jim Leland in the ball game. And the left-hander strikes out Rivera. That's his first strikeout. 2 outs, nobody on here in the 6th for Dykstra. 6-7-0 Phillies, 1-2-1 Pirates here in the 6th inning. Lenny 0 for 3, although he's hit a couple balls hard at the first baseman Kevin Young. Robertson pitched for Lamar University in Texas. Was named to the All-Southwest Conference team, pitching at Texas A&M in his junior year, where he was 10-1. A high school quarterback, 6'4", as he walks Dykstra. Lenny on for the first time tonight. And for Lenny Dykstra, walk number 126 on the year, which of course leads the league, as Lenny does in a number of categories. And that'll bring up Duncan, who's hit it hard 3 times tonight to right field. He hit a home run to right center, and he's lined out twice to right. Pitch to him is low and in the dirt, ball 1. Dykstra's a 2-out base runner. Phil's lead at 6-1 here in the 6th inning. Trying to cut their magic number some more. They come into play tonight with a magic number 3. Duncan a big swing and a miss.
Hey, Rich! Toy with him, Rich!
Fouled away third base side.
Duncan would be a candidate for the best dressed player in the league.
Oh yeah, well he wears stuff that, you know, but most people wouldn't even think about putting on. As those guys fight for that baseball. He has some unusual outfits.
Yeah, they're looking good though.
Yeah, he can style. Jammed and a little looper, and Jay Bell makes the play. Didn't hit it very well, and Bell went back and grabbed it. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left to the bottom of the 6th. 6-1 Phillies.
Excuse me, what does Timberland mean to you?
Nothing.
I want to tell about my baby. Speak of her with pride. She goes out of the way to make me satisfied. She's my baby. She's my baby. What a treat. Well, I can't call her sugar. Sugar nail.
Timberland, waterproof boots, shoes, and clothing.
Those who expect more from a credit card must not settle for less. First, eliminate cards charging the highest rates or not offering fixed or variable rate options. Demand worldwide acceptance, 24-hour customer service, and gold card benefits. And insist upon price assurance, purchase protection, extended warranties, and satisfaction guarantee. So what remains? The Grand Elite Visa Gold Card from Chemical Bank. If you possess one, do use it. If not, apply now.
People come in and say, why 5 grades of gasoline? I tell them offering only 3 grades would be like selling suits in small, medium, and large. Some people would get a good fit. Some could use a little tailoring. So if you want to know why we give you all these choices, think about the guy who needs 41 long and picture him wearing a 39 short.
Tonight's Phillies game on PHL 17 is brought to you in part by Bell Atlantic Mobile, advanced technology, and people who make it mean something. It's a very colorful umbrella. Looks like some of Mariano Duncan's outfits. As you see the light rain falling here at Three Rivers, we have an official ball game as we're in the bottom of the sixth. Phillies lead it 6-1, and Jeff King will lead it off, followed by Dave Clark and then Al Martin. Rivera has walked 4, struck out 5, and given up 2 hits. First pitch at King is over for a strike. King has flied to right deep and flied to shallow center. Jeff King trying to drive in 100 runs. He has 93 career high. He only has 8 homers and 93 RBIs. He'd be the first player since Tommy Herr to knock in 100 runs with fewer than 10 homers. Should he do it? Did you see the rain falling?
Tommy had that year with the Cardinals, and let me tell you, that was an unusual season. Great season.
Fouled back. Well, Tommy Herr was hitting third that year, and Coleman and Ozzie Smith were getting on, and Tommy Herr would knock them in. How many times did you play the Cardinals and Coleman would get on, steal second and third, you play the infield back, and Tommy Herr would knock him in or hit a fly ball? Line drive, base hit, center field as Lenny Dykstra fields it on a couple of hops on the wet turf. Hit number 3 for Pittsburgh, and King is a leadoff base runner. Second straight inning the Pirates have had their leadoff man on, and that'll bring up Dave Clark 0 for 2. Phillies had to pen up last inning when Rivera got into bases loaded trouble and got out of it. Fastball over for a strike. Breaking ball low. 1 ball, 1 strike to Dave Clark with Al Martin on deck. Another left-handed batter. King with a short lead off first. And another breaking ball bounces up there, and off he goes to second. A wild pitch. King advances to second base on the wild pitch by Ben Rivera, his 12th of the year.
Down in the dirt, and Dalton got a piece of it. Wasn't one of those little short hops that are easy to field.
King at second with nobody out here in the 6th. Clark, a shot right at Hollins, holds the runner at second, fires to first, out. That ball was hit hard on that wet AstroTurf and right at Hollins.
Hollins threw Kruk that hard sinker ball. I think John just shudders when he sees that low throw. He didn't have to move, playing him perfectly. See that ball go down?
Dave Hollins could throw a heck of a sinker.
Yeah,
as a pitcher,
might ought to make a pitcher out of him.
No, he's too good a hitter.
He'd be a good hitting pitcher.
Yeah. There's Dave Hollins. Hollins has been playing well at third, though, in the last few weeks. He feels better about his hand, too. I mean, he has played through a lot of problems this year with that hand. He had his fingers were numb for a long time. He doesn't say much about it. He never complains, and he just felt the team was better with him in there, and he's played through a lot of injuries. And the team likes him in there. Pitch is low. Martin walked his last time up, scored the Pirates run. He's also grounded out, 2-0 to him. Phillies play him to pull in the infield and the outfield. You see the defense. Fouled away, out of play. Martin batting .278 coming into the game with 24 doubles, having a good year, his first full season in the major leagues. They feel they've really developed Martin and Young this year. Tried to check, did he? He peeled to third. Nope, says Randy Marsh. It's a strike. 2-2.
Pitch was low. He tried to hold it, but he did go. That's far enough. When that bat crosses the plate, they usually call it.
King leads off second. And this one misses outside. A full count to Al Martin. Fouled back off Dalton, and the count remains at 3-2. Phillies scored 4 runs in the 4th inning when they batted around. They added 2 more in the 5th. Pirates with a run in the 5th. That's where we stand here in the 6th inning as you check out the Phillies bench. Mike Williams will pitch here tomorrow night. Tommy Green will pitch Wednesday.
Haven't seen those parkas since Oklahoma City.
Yeah. A lot of them are enjoying wearing them tonight. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch is fouled away again, same spot. It's like this tomorrow night, we may have to get a couple of them. This is a very high broadcast location and windy. Jim Eisenreich and Mike Williams. Fouls another one. This one into the Pirates dugout. Got him. Chased another bad ball, and down on strikes goes Al Martin. Strikeout number 6 for Rivera, 2 outs.
Yeah, that's a break because Martin is a tough hitter, and he actually went after 2 bad low pitches.
Top of the 8th inning at Florida, and Rapp is pitching a 2-hitter, and Montreal trails 2-0. 3-hitter. Pat Rapp, who the Phillies have seen a few times and have been impressed by him. Kevin Young.
Is that Brian Harvey still laid up?
You know, the thing that I heard about him was that he might have pitched the rest of the year. They weren't sure. Now that was a day after they left Philadelphia because he had a groin pull. Big swing and a miss at a breaking ball. Young is knocked into 1 run tonight for the Pirates with a double to left center on a hanging breaking ball. So the Phillies winning and Expos losing. Jeff Fassero still in that ball game. He's pitching a 6-hitter for Montreal. Next pitch is fouled away.
I think Ben would like to close him out with his curveball, and it's what he tried to do the last time up, but he hung it. But if he got it down, it would be a good pitch.
1-2. See what he does. There it is, and he beats it foul third base side as he threw him the curveball.
And he had it down.
And that Phillies fan right over our PHL 17 sign grabs the ball. Are they happy for him, or are they trying to take it away?
Kind of an overreaction.
To put that sign back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That's a good one after you're diving into a curveball, huh? Fastball inside. Two balls and 2 strikes. Jerry Goff, the on-deck batter, if Kevin Young keeps it alive here in the 6th. Jeff King still at second base now with 2 outs. And the 2-2. Breaking ball hits it foul, third base side. Got that one in the middle of the plate a little.
And up a little bit. Not a hanger, but it was a good pitch to hit.
And Rivera has a conversation now with Darren Dalton, who walks out to the mound to talk to the big right-hander from San Pedro de Macorís. Here's the curveball. Whitey's talking about how he has to get it down and away from him. This one was the good one.
That was the down curveball. This is a brushback.
That'll get you when you're diving into one. And then they threw him another curveball, and he hit it hard foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Fastball right down the pipe. He was looking for a curve, and he takes it. Strikeout number 7 for Big Ben. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Harry the K back with Whitey in the 7th. Phil's 6. Pirates 1.
My years in football taught me the value of a great health plan. Hello, I'm Dick Vermeil. Everyday life has its bumps and bruises, too. And that's why Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield have added the new personal choice to our game plan.
There's no need to enroll with a primary care physician, and you don't need a referral to see a specialist. Office visits are covered, and there are no claim forms. Now, what could be easier?
Call 1-800-ASK-BLUE for all the benefits of personal choice. The health plan that controls cost, not people.
What is a mountain man's natural environment? Let's explore. A mountain man enjoys peaceful surroundings. A place where gentle winds blow. And the beauty of nature is all about. Only here does the mountain man find true happiness with a smooth bush beer or an easy drinking bush light. So, head for the mountains and find out how the true mountain man can make any environment a more natural one.
The success of any organization of human beings really depends upon how well they can work together. So we try to hire good attitudes. I think the easiest way to lose success is to become convinced that you are successful. I think American Express has a distinctive market. I've really been very appreciative of not just the card itself, but the service behind the card.
American Express is welcomed on airlines all around the world. Herb is kind of partial to his corner of the world.
When all else fails, he succeeds. Michael Dudikoff, Cobra.
Sundays at 6 on PHL 17.
Hi, I'm Ed O'Neill, and you're watching PHL 17, the home of the Phillies.
After 6 innings of play, it's the Phillies 6 and the Pirates 1. Tomorrow at 6:30, Al has the perfect plan, and at 7, Kelly gets a job on Married with Children, only on PHL 17. And Harry Callis with us in the 7th. Harry.
All right, thanks, Rich. And John Kruk will lead it off for the Phils. Rucker's flied out, singled and walked. He scored 2 runs. Robertson's first pitch is high for a ball. Robertson was a starter at Buffalo, 9 and 8 for them. One ball and 1 strike to John Kruk.
A lot of pine tar on that bat.
On the helmet, too. Breaking ball on the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Phil's lead 6-1 here in the 7th. Fouls it off. Robertson looks like he kind of slings the ball. Just celebrated his 25th birthday. A few days ago. He's from Nacogdoches, Texas. 9th round pick by the Bucks in the June '90 draft. Two balls and 2 strikes. Struck called out on strikes. Second strikeout for Robertson. One down here in the 7th.
Perfect pitch here. That slider that caught the outside corner. You see that Statue of Liberty delivery.
Brings on Dave Hollins. He's had a good night. Infield single, triple, infield single. He's knocked in 1, scored 2. Hard ground ball, but it's at Bell. He gobbles it up. Double clutches. Didn't get him. The double clutch cost him the out, and Hollins, who always runs hard, is at first base.
I think they have to give him a base hit on that. The ball wasn't bobbled. You never see Bell double clutch like this.
Took Young a while to get to the bag.
He waited for Young. Exactly right. Wonder why Young didn't get there a little sooner.
Well,
he did the right thing, because you can't throw it if nobody's there. He'll get a base hit. Hollins, it's his 4th in a row. 3 of them infield hits.
3 of them infield single. He's 4 for 4. 1 ball and 1 strike to Darren Dalton, who's fly to deep center, walked and grounded out. Congratulations to great Phillies fan Christine and Tommy McGuire. Birth of their bouncing baby boy today, Dominic Thomas McGuire. 1-2 to Darren Dalton. Just missed. 2-2. Misses with that one, a full count.
Hollins will be going. I'm pretty sure of that.
There he goes, ball 4. He walked him. So the Phillies have 2 men on base. Second walk given up by Robertson. And the batter will be Pete Incaviglia, who is fouled out to first, doubled and singled.
Expo scored a run. I think it was in the 8th inning. It's 2-1 Montreal, or 2-1 Florida.
In the 8th. Wonder if that Harvey's available. Bring him in.
Wheels and I just talked about that. There's been a couple of reports that he would not pitch the rest of the season.
Didn't look like it the way he was limping with that groin muscle at Veterans Stadium. He just was unable to throw strikes. His delivery was altered. Bell puts away the high pop-up for out number 2, and it'll bring up Wes Chamberlain.
Incaviglia would love to get that pitch back. I mean, he really had a good pitch to hit. Had a good swing, had the good part of the bat on it, but just got under it.
Chamberlain's popped up, walked, and flied out to left. One strike to him. Ground ball, third base. King to Garcia for the force on Dalton. That'll retire the side. For the Phillies in the 7th, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, leaving 2. We go to the bottom half of the 7th. It's 6-1 to Phillies.
On the next Kung Fu, the legend continues.
An evil now here. The was not here before.
A series of murders in Chinatown.
There have been 3 of these deaths in the past 8 months.
Is leaving a trail of bodies.
It is called the death of 1,000 cuts.
And only Kane can stop the killing.
The method of death, it's a message, isn't it?
It's the biggest gamble of his life. On the next Kung Fu, the legend continues.
Wednesday at 9 on PHL 17.
There was a deposit made for our wedding there in '83. So, I mean, I had certain deposits, remember?
Mm-hmm.
How we used to put them in? And I'd say, this is for the wedding, this is for college.
We put 4 children through school, 2 girls and 2 boys.
And they're all good parents. It's great to know that I had it to give.
The Clarks have found that banking really is as easy as GSB.
I mean, I wouldn't want it any other way.
Ford dealers know some problems can't be diagnosed in the shop, so they have a unique traveling companion, the Portable Vehicle Analyzer. It records engine data in ways no human eyes and ears can. Then it tells us what's wrong, so it can be serviced right, the first time. Quality care, where the quality continues.
For quality service or to test drive one of the best-selling cars and trucks in America, see your local Quality Plus Ford dealer today.
Hello, I'm Dick Vermeil. Do you know what triggers a cold sore? Cold sores that occur on or around the lips and gums are triggered by stress, hot beverages, and direct sunlight. Using sunscreen can help prevent the reoccurrence of cold sores caused by ultraviolet light.
Ben Rivera still in the ball game, pitched the first 6 innings. He's only allowed 1 run on 3 hits and 6 strikeouts. He has allowed 4 walks. That's kept him in a little trouble. Holland's 4 for 4, RBI triple, a couple of runs scored. His first 4 for 4 game in his career. And the Phillies sent 9 batters to the plate in the 4-run 4th inning. And that's what we are, 6-1, bottom of the 7th.
Milt Thompson now playing left. Jim Eisenreich now playing right as Goff singles back through the middle. So Goff leads it off with a base hit for the Pirates. Just the 4th hit given up by Rivera as we see Milt Thompson in left and Jim Eisenreich in right. Midre Cummings will come out to pinch hit. Cummings, a 21-year-old, highly touted player that they got from Minnesota in the John Smiley deal. Hit .295, 6 homers, 26 RBIs for Carolina before being promoted to Buffalo. Where in 60 games he hit .276 with 9 home runs. Lofts it into center field. Lenny Dykstra there. Makes the catch for out number 1. That'll bring on Carlos Garcia. He's nothing out of 3. Is grounded out, struck out, fly to deep right on a good play by Wes Chamberlain. Roger Mason is up in the Phillies bullpen now. Missing with a curveball. 1 ball and no strikes. It's that kind of night here. Raw night in Pittsburgh. 2-0. Balls and 1 strike to Carlos Garcia.
Rivera's thrown a lot of pitches, flirting with some trouble in the last couple of innings. And he seems to be hanging in there pretty well. Still throwing hard.
Looped into right. That's going to drop for a hit, taken on 1 hop by Eisenreich, and the Buccos have 2 men on base with 1 out here in the 7th.
He made a good pitch on Garcia there, but Really jammed him, but he was able to muscle it over the infield, hit that about on the trademark.
Jay Bell has walked, struck out, and walked. One ball and one strike. Pitching coach Johnny Padres. Two and one.
And Ben's laboring now. I think he's tired.
Two and two.
Pretty good fastball there in a good spot, out of way. Out there by the outside corner. Bell likes the ball on the inside half of the plate.
Full count to Jay Bell. Jim Fregosi normally would have David West up with Andy Van Slyke, the next scheduled hitter, but West needs a couple of days off. He's second in the league in innings pitched. Not in innings pitched, in games. And West a little worn out at this point, needs a couple of days off. Walked him. Third time he's walked Bell, and the fifth walk given up by Rivera, and that loads the bases with Pirates with one out. Here comes Jim Fregosi. And he'll make the way to the bullpen. This will be it for Ben Rivera. He'll bring on Roger Mason. So Rivera leaves with a 6-1 lead. He's responsible for the runners on base with one out here in the 7th inning. And Roger Mason comes in.
Ben didn't do too bad a job. He's only given up the one run, and as Harry indicated, the runners are his on base. He did strike out 7, but those 5 walks kept him in some trouble from the 5th inning on, really.
Mason, who pitched for the Pirates the last couple of years, coming into this season is 5-12 with a 4.08 ERA. This will be his 66th game. All 5 of his wins coming in a Phillies uniform. 97 innings of work, 86 hits, 44 earned runs, 70 strikeouts, and 32 walks. And he will be facing Andy Van Slyke.
He pitched here in Pittsburgh and did a good job for Jim Leyland while he was here. Not so much in this role of setup man, but he was usually a middle inning pitcher. Has a lot of friends on this Pirates club.
Roger, a veteran, just turned 35. He's from Bel Air, Michigan. Bills lead it 6-1. Bucks have the bases loaded with one out. Walt Weiss has just picked up an infield single at Joe Robbie Stadium, and the Marlins lead Montreal 3-1 in the 8th inning with the bases still loaded.
Could be a big swing. if the results remain the same,
could knock that magic number down to 1. Here's Van Slyke with the bases loaded and 1 out. Phillies have to hang on and win this one, though. Have a 5-run lead, but tough situation here for Mason. Shot past the diving Kevin Stocker. 2 runs will score, and it's now a 6-3 game on a bases loaded single by Van Slyke.
He didn't wait. He jumped on Mason's first pitch, and he stung it. He hit it hard. Stocker was about a foot away from really being able to stop the ball.
Brings on Jeff King. King is 1 out of 3. He is lined to right, fly to deep center, and single.
He's the tying run.
Missing with a breaking ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Phillies got Larry Anderson now up in the bullpen. High fly ball right field, not deep. Eisenreich makes the catch. The runner at third tags, and he'll hold. So that's out number 2, and that will bring up Dave Clark. Clark has struck out, flied out, and grounded out. Jay Bell is at third, and Andy Van Slyke at first with 2 down here in the 7th inning. Paid attendance here, 15,847, although there must be a few thousand no-shows.
Yeah, you betcha. I don't think I bet there weren't 3,000 or 4,000 in the ballpark.
Backdoor breaking ball for a strike. Outside corner, 2 quick strikes.
Can't make
Clark.
2 better pitches than that.
They're now in the 9th inning at Joe Robbie Stadium. Oh, they're still batting. Florida's still batting. Ground ball to Kruk, and that'll end the inning. So Mason comes in and gets him down. They do score 2 runs in the inning. 3 hits. No errors, 2 men left. We go to the 8th at 6-3 Phillies.
Mountain man survival skills. The basics. A true mountain man must have a keen sense of direction, a certain physical dexterity, and a talent for surviving the most unforgiving climates. Of course, nothing is more key to a mountain man's survival than plenty of smooth bush beer and easy drinking bush life. So, head for the mountains and learn how the mountain man survives even the most grueling conditions.
What's new at Mobile? Let's take a look.
Introducing new Mobile Super Plus detergent gasoline. It still cleans fuel injectors and intake valves.
Now it helps keep the very heart of your engine cleaner. Down here, the cylinders and pistons.
So come down to the Big Red O and drive your engine clean with new Mobile Super Plus, the detergent gasoline.
Wouldn't you like a car that handles like a sports car? One that holds 6 comfortably? A car with 214 horsepower, dual airbags, ABS brakes? Introducing a car that gives you everything. Chrysler New Yorker, now amazingly affordable with Gold Key Plus. Chrysler New Yorker, an eloquent expression of form following function at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
Tonight's Phillies game on PHL 17 is brought to you in part by Smooth Bush Beer and Easy Drinking Bush Light. Head for the mountains of Bush. By the Bell of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. No other book can match it. A Bell Atlantic Company. And by Federal Express. For documents, packages, and freight worldwide, our most important package is yours. Blas Minor will be the new pitcher for Pittsburgh coming in here in the 8th inning. On for Rich Robertson. Kevin Stocker, the first one to face Minor. It's his 64th game. He's won 8, lost 6, 2 saves, a 4.16 ERA. 93 innings of work this year. He has 83 strikeouts and 26 walks. Good strikeout-walk ratio. Stocker lost a high fly ball into center field. Andy Van Slyke waits. Stocker is retired. And Tony Longmire will come out and bat for the pitcher, Roger Mason.
I wonder if Stocker could be getting a little tired, Harry. You know, he hasn't missed a game since he was called up. It's like he's just swinging a little bit slower bat here lately.
Longmire, since joining the Phils, is 2 for 7. As a pinch hitter, he is 2 for 6. Line drive almost knocked King over, but he caught it for out number 2.
That ball got to King before Longmire could get out of the batter's box. Good play by Jeff King.
Let's pause for station identification on the Phils television network.
You're watching Phillies baseball on WPHL TV, Philadelphia.
Lenny Dykstra is 0 for 3 with a walk. And he pops him up behind third. Jay Bell drifting out. Makes the catch. A 1-2-3 inning for Blas Minor. No runs, hits, errors, and none left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Phil's lead 6-3.
The metal cylinder is secured and turned in a counterclockwise motion, causing the internal rating to rise and disengage. It's easy to make something as simple as opening a jar complex. The challenge is making the complex simple. But that's what we do at Bell Atlantic Mobile. We take cutting-edge technology and place it comfortably in your hands. Bell Atlantic Mobile. Advanced technology and people who make it mean something.
My family and I, we've just moved into town. We all love it here, yeah. But what we need now for a certain little girl is a really good, friendly pediatrician. One with a big supply of dinosaur stickers?
The way we screen and we check, you're going to have a great choice of pediatricians and hopefully not a bad choice of dinosaur stickers. So let's see if we can help
Aetna Health Plans. The more you know, the better you feel.
Excuse me, what does Timberland mean to you?
Nothing.
I want to tell about my baby. Speak of her with pride. She goes out of the way to make me sound up fine. She's my baby. She's my baby. What a treat. Well, I can't call her sugar. Sugar now.
Timberland, waterproof boots, shoes, and clothing.
Larry Anderson will be the Phillies' new pitcher coming on here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Roger Mason going 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit and no runs, and now it's Anderson who's appearing in his 62nd game. He's won 3, lost 2, no saves, a 2.91 ERA. 58 and 2/3 innings he's pitched, giving up 52 hits and 19 earned runs, 62 strikeouts and 21 walks. Al Martin will be the first one to face Larry Anderson. He has grounded out, walked, and struck out. "6-3 Phillies here in the bottom half of the 8th. One strike to Martin. High fly ball left field. Milt Thompson coming toward the line. He makes the grab, 1 down. Kevin Young, the batter, he's fly to right, doubled and struck out. The Florida Marlins have beaten Montreal by a score of 3-1 at Joe Robbie Stadium. Phillies' magic number now is 2. Brian Harvey did not come into that game. Rich Rodriguez came into the 9th inning, had a 1-2-3 save in the 9th. 1 strike to Young. Slider, missed it. 2 strikes. So the Phillies can hang on here in Pittsburgh. The magic number would be 1. Wide for a ball, 1-2.
Have 6 games, a 6-game lead with 6 left to play. That would assures you of a tie.
They've just put it up on the scoreboard here, and Phillies fans are applauding that score. Deep right field, Eisenreich back, and this ball's out of here. An opposite field home run by Kevin Young. His 6th home run of the year, and it's now a 6-4 ball game. The Phillies lead down to 2.
Doubling a homer now for Kevin Young. He's knocked in 2 runs.
Brings on Jerry Goff, the catcher. He's fouled out, walked, and singled.
He had a pretty good pitch. It was a slider out away from him, and
ball's carrying pretty well to right and not to left. Strong wind here, and it's swirling. One ball and 1 strike. Anderson doesn't give up many home runs. That's just the 4th he's surrendered this season. Goff called out on strikes. Backdoor breaking ball. And Orlando Merced will come out and bat for Bloss Minor. Merced, who has a bad hand, is probably just going to pinch hit for the remainder of the season. He's hitting a .310. And a good pinch hitter, 7 for 13, including a home run. That's going to be in the hole, and that's going to be trouble, and that is going to be another pinch hit for Merced. Ball goes into the stands. It'll be a hit and an error on Stocker as Merced takes second base.
Not much Stocker could do about this. Once it got by Hollins, it was a base hit. Merced runs well, too.
Took a bad hop on Kruk and ended up in the stands, and the batter will be the top of the order, Carlos Garcia. He's 1 out of 4.
I have to say, this game is not quite ended.
No, it's not over yet. Phillies had a 6-1 lead. Now it's 6-4 here in the 8th. One ball and no strikes to Carlos Garcia. 2-0.
Mitch Williams.
Wild thing up. Fouled back. It's 2-1. Only player we've seen tonight in his shirt sleeves with no sweater on, sweatshirt. Mitchie. Orlando Merced at second base with 2 outs. Balls and 2 strikes to Carlos Garcia. Struck him out to retire the side. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Anderson. The Pirates get a run on the homer by Kevin Young. 2 hits, 1 error, 1 man left. We go to the 9th inning. It's 6-4 Bills.
There's no place on earth that I'd rather be than out in the open where it's all plain to see. If it's gonna get done, it's up to you and me. Come on and head for the mountains of Bush. Come on and head for the mountains of Bush. Here.
The legendary Notre Dame Fighting Irish take on the scrappy Navy Midshipmen in a fall football classic. Saturday, October 30th, 12:10 at Veterans Stadium. Get tickets at Ticketmaster, the Phillies box office, or call 463-1000 to order tickets in advance. Notre Dame Navy, Saturday, October 30th. Sponsored in part by the Philadelphia Inquirer, Herman's World of Sporting Goods, Super Pretzels, Soft Pretzels, and WOGL. Color, excitement, fun. Go!
Just last year, John Pasmato scaled the rocky slopes of Kilimanjaro, trekked through the murky waters of the Amazon, and captained a tall ship through the treacherous Strait of Magellan.
Mellon PSFS employees are giving their time to help people embark on some of the greatest adventures of their lives.
All it took was learning to read.
After 8 innings of play, it's the Phillies 6 and Pittsburgh 4. Tonight at 11, find out how to keep a first date from being a last. Don't miss Love Connection right here on PHL 17. Joel Johnston is the new pitcher. Big right-hander from Westchester, Pennsylvania. Graduate of Marple Newtown High School. And he went to Penn State University. Mariano Duncan, the first one to face Johnston, who in 30 games is 2-4 with 1 save, a 3.75 ERA. One ball and no strikes to Duncan, who has homered in 4 at-bats. 2-0. Johnston at Buffalo was 1 win, 3 losses, and 1 save. 3 balls and no strikes. Walked him. It's not an easy thing to do.
It's 12 walks for Duncan in 480 at-bats.
Here's John Kruk. He's flied out, singled, walked, and struck out. He has scored 2 runs. Bills lead by 2, 6-4 here in the 9th inning. Haven't thrown a strike yet since coming on. Jim Leland keeps a left-hander up in the bullpen.
He's there for Dalton.
Denny Nagel. Runner going, head first slide. He's out. A great throw by Goff. So Goff gets Mariano Duncan.
Pretty good tag by Bell there too. Duncan had a good jump. Kruk swung right through it. It's a good call though. Larry Vanover, the umpire.
Great throw right there. Dang. 1 ball and 1 strike to Kruk. Ground ball, took a high hop. Nice play by Young. Beats Johnston. Good play by Kevin Young. Took a bad hop on him, but he stayed with it for out number 2. And it'll bring on Dave Hollins, who's 4 for 4 tonight.
Hit that cutout seam, and I think those first basemen and third basemen, you know, they're ready for those kind of hops off. Once in a while they hit a seam.
First 4-hit game in Hollins' career. He has singled, tripled, singled, and singled. All 3 of his singles infield hits. He has half the Phillies' hits. Two balls and no strikes. Three at nothing.
Come on, don't walk him.
Hollins walks on 4 pitches. Jim Leland is going to come out now, and he'll bring in the left-hander to face Darren Dalton, Denny Nagel. So this will be it for Johnston. And Nagel will come in. So Denny Nagel will come on and try to get out Darren Dalton. This will be his 47th appearance. He's had 7 starts. 1-3, lost 5, 5.29 ERA with 1 save.
8 Pirate pitchers in this game.
Jim Leland has used a lot of them. Well, he has a lot of them with all the call-ups. Collins at first base. He's been on base all 5 times that he's been up. 2 outs. And Darren Dalton will be the batter. Dalton against Nagel, 1 for 6.
This is Dalton's 5th at bat. He hasn't faced a right-hander in any of them. Tim Leland has seen to that.
Nagel against the Phillies this spring hit a home run in exhibition league play. He has not had a major league hit. He's ready to go with Hollins at first and 2 outs.
It's the ball boy. Here in Pittsburgh, they use senior citizens for ball boys.
1 ball and no strikes to Dalton.
Might be something to look forward to.
2-0.
Don't particularly want to move to Pittsburgh, but you never know.
2 balls and no strikes to Darren Dalton. Offs a high fly to left field. Martin there. And that'll retire the side for the Phils in the 9th. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Wild Thing time. Phils lead 6-4.
Ever since I was a little girl, I knew I wanted to fly, and when I got the opportunity to fly jets, I just had to go for it. I wanted to buy a fun car that kind of gave everyone else on the road an impression of my personality. And therefore I was looking for something fun and sporty and sleek and looked like it could possibly take off if given the proper runway.
Mummers march, flyers score, summers down the shore, William Penn, Poconos, special places you know. We've been through everything you've been through. We've grown up proud and strong like you. We know what you want your bank to do. Core States Banks, you know us and we know you. Core States Banks, you know us and we know you.
I could really use a vacation.
Come and discover the continent of Puerto Rico. Discover the warmth of our tropical beaches, the wonders of our natural beauty, the legends of our centuries-old cities, and the challenges of everything you've ever wanted to do. Only a continent could offer so many great vacation experiences. Only Puerto Rico puts it all within your reach.
Here, we have a stressed-out father, 2 neurotic daughters, a strange neighbor, the empty nest syndrome.
Saturdays at 7:30 beginning October 2nd.
Hi, I'm Milt Thompson, and you're watching PHL 17, the home of the Phillies.
Kim Baptiste will come into play third base, and the new pitcher is Mitch Williams. Williams appearing in his 63rd game. He's won 3, lost 6, has a club record 41 saves and a 3.20 ERA. 56 strikeouts in 59 innings and 41 walks. We'll be facing some tough hitters here in the 9th. Jay Bell, Andy Van Slyke, and Jeff King scheduled to face Williams, with the Phillies leading it by 2, 6-4. Jay Bell is 0 for 1 officially. He has walked 3 times. One ball and no strikes. Right there for a strike, 1-1. Fouls it back, a ball and 2 strikes. Wild thing is chewing the sweatshirt. The only player in this game who has not had a sweatshirt out on this raw evening in Pittsburgh. 52 degrees. Missing wide, it's 2-2. Inside, it's a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Jay Bell. Fouled it back, still 3-2. Him. So Bell is a leadoff base runner. It'll bring up Andy Van Slyke. Van Slyke is 2 out of 4. He is knocked in 2. This is a foul out of play. It's 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Andy Van Slyke. Just missing. It's 2-1.
Doesn't ever get anything close, and I think it's because he has a reputation for being a little wild. Ever gets a borderline pitch.
Ground ball to shortstop. They'll get 1. Get the double play. Turned it nicely, did Stocker and Duncan. 2 outs and no base runners here in the 9th.
Give Duncan credit for this one. He really made a nice pivot and a strong throw under a lot of pressure from Jay Bell. That's accurate call by Jerry Davis. Just nicked him.
So 2 outs and no base runners, and the batter will be Jeff King, who was 1 out of 4. A little bit outside for a ball. Right there, 1 ball and 1 strike. A little bit wide again, 2-1.
Come on, Mitchie.
Three balls and a strike. Lloyd McClendon has moved into the on-deck circle. He would bat for Dave Clark. if King reaches. It's a full count to King. Bouncing ball up the middle. Stocker off balance throw. Not in time. King, an infield single, so the game is still alive. It'll bring up Lloyd McClendon. Stocker did all he could do. Tried to bounce the throw intentionally and got it there. A bang-bang play, but just a tad late.
Yeah, his momentum had him going towards the outfield, so he couldn't get a whole lot on the throw. Phillies bench anticipating maybe an out. Guy down there behind the Phillies dugout with his shirt bare from the waist up. Phillies fan.
Lloyd McClendon is hitting at .211. As a pinch hitter, he's 5 for 31. Hard ground ball past Baptiste and into left field. King will hold at second, and the Pirates with 2 men on base and 2 outs here in the 9th.
A double play looks pretty big right now. Baptiste had the glove there, but it bounced over his glove.
Don Slaught is going to come up and pinch hit. Remember what he did to Mitch Williams earlier this year.
Home run. Right down the left field line.
2-run homer. No, a solo home run. Mitch lost that ball game. 2 men on base with 2 outs. One strike to Slaught.
Mitch is throwing the ball hard. He has a good slider that he hasn't been able to get over for a strike in this inning. It's usually a good pitch for him.
Slaught hitting .300 as a pinch hitter, 6 for 12, including that pinch home run against Mitch Williams. No balls and 2 strikes.
The outfield is really deep. You play deep to cut off a extra base hit, so the runner from first can't score.
One ball and 2 strikes. Fouls that one out of play. Still 2-2. Another foul out of play. Holds it 2-2 to Don Slaught. Phillies dugout anxiously looking on here in the 9th inning. Phil's lead by 2. trying to reduce the magic number to 1. Fouls off another pitch. Still 2-2.
On the day the men accused of killing a Penn student appear.
Fouls off yet another one.
Slot swinging at some high pitches. They're not real high, but that's a pitch that you would hope Slot would hit because it's a pitch he can't pull. And he usually would hit it in the air. Left field fence, not strong enough to hit it over the center field fence or the right field fence.
Another foul ball. Well, he has fouled off a bunch of them. 2 men on base with 2 outs here in the 9th. Phillies lead it 6-4. One up into shallow right. Eisenreich comes on. This ball game is over. The Phillies' magic number is 1. Save number 42 for Mitch Williams. As the Phils win it by a score of 6-4, coupled with Montreal's loss, the Phillies can clinch tomorrow here at Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh with a magic number of 1. 6-4 final Phillies. We'll be back with the totals and a wrap in a moment.
If 800 service is how you fish for sales, you should know AT&T's nearest competitor is twice as likely to have a network outage. And when that happens, you might not get as many bites. One of the 800 reasons to choose AT&T 800 service, the best in the business. Imagine this is an 800 line. If a network cable cut blocks your calls, AT&T's FastStar reroutes them, so you're back on track in minutes. One of the 800 reasons to choose AT&T 800 service, the best in the business.
I know. Say we didn't get the package.
Martha! Tom! Did you get our package?
Gee, it never got here.
Really?
Introducing tracking software from Federal Express.
It was delivered to your place at 9:22 a.m.
Ah! Probably stuck in the mailroom.
No, it was signed for by your partner, Brian.
Now you can track packages right from your computer on your desk.
Brian, are you there?
Oh, that package, Martha. We could negotiate a deal.
Finding a credit card you can expect more from is a simple process of elimination. First, blow off all the cards with the highest rates. Then the ones that don't offer fixed or variable rate options, worldwide acceptance, and 24-hour customer service. And what about price assurance? Satisfaction guaranteed, purchase protection, and extended warranties at no extra charge. So, what's left? Chemical Bank MasterCard. If you have one, use it. If not, apply now.
Want your car done right.
If you want your car done right, it has to be done by the right people.
We take care of our customers. We do the job right.
Quality all the way.
Experience counts. The customer comes first.
Satisfaction guaranteed.
We're only as good as our people. That's why Jiffy Lube is America's favorite oil change.
We got experience at Jiffy Lube.
Back at Three Rivers Stadium, Pittsburgh, where the Phils have won by a score of 6-4 for the winning Phillies. 6 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, and 8 left. 4 runs, 10 hits, 1 error, 11 left for Pittsburgh. Ben Rivera, the winner, 13-9. Steve Cook loses at 10-10. The wild thing, Mitch Williams with his 42nd save. Sunoco and your local Sunoco dealers will donate $100 to the Byrne Foundation in the name of Mitch Williams. So the Phils win it by a score of 6-4 in our next telecast here on the Phils Television Network tomorrow night for the second of this 4-game series with the Pirates. Remember, the Phillies can clinch tomorrow night The Phillies' magic number is 1. Montreal losing at Florida tonight, and the Phillies winning here. So the Phils could pop the champagne corks here at Three Rivers tomorrow night. Mike Williams goes for the Phils, and John Hope, a rookie for Pittsburgh. We're on the air at 7:30, so don't miss it. Check your local listings for the games carried in your area. Once again, the final score, the Phils win by a score of 6-4. Dave Hollins, a 4-hit game for Rich Ashburn and Chris Wheeler. Harry Callis saying thanks for watching. Catch us tomorrow night when the Phillies can clinch the East on the Phillies Television Network.
The Phillies and the Pittsburgh Pirates has been brought to you by Smooth Busch Beer and easy drinking Busch Light. Head for the mountains of Busch. By the Bell of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. No other book can match it. A Bell Atlantic Company. By Mellon PSFS, the official bank of the Phillies. And by Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield. Personal choice, the health plan that controls costs, not people.
Annie, they said, what would you say if we told you Pop Secret test pops over 100,000 bags of popcorn a year just to be sure that we get a full bag that's light, fluffy, and delicious? I'd say good.
Pop Secret perfect popcorn is our passion.
Come on, Betty. Make my meal.
Au gratin potatoes in cheddar cheese, made with real Idaho russets. Betty's Easy Au Gratins, the potatoes that make the meal.
Hi, I'm Jim Palmer for The Money Store. Even if your credit is less than perfect, you can still refinance your first mortgage at today's low fixed rates. That's because The Money Store looks at your total credit picture and won't automatically disqualify you for late payments. At The Money Store, you can apply by phone, and there's no...
So far, Cecil Fielder's 484-foot blast onto the roof July 2nd has been the standard. But here are the latest approaches, and it was a crowded bunch, everyone wanting to make this feature this week. In fact, 7 guys tied at 430 feet, including George Bell. But next, we bring you Chris Berman in French on the back-back for Rondell White's first Major League homer.
This is Rick. Noir, au revoir. Un circuit pour Rondell White. Drill deep toward right, forget about it. Oh, man.
Well, we almost had a 7-way tie, and then Sunday, Eric Davis hits one further than anyone has ever hit one in Camden Yards off Arthur Lee Rhodes, takes it to the ivy in the back wall, 450 feet. This week's winner of the tape-measured tote board, Eric Davis. Paul Molitor leads off our going, gone. His home run helped the Blue Jays clinch the divisional title a 4th time in the last 5 years. We look at everyone who's gone deep so far on Monday. When we come back, a former Yankee, Mike Pagliarulo, trying to help the O's overtake New York. We'll find out just how bad these two really want second place.
One that holds 6 comfortably. A car with 214 horsepower, dual airbags, ABS brakes. Introducing a car that gives you everything. Chrysler New Yorker, now amazingly affordable with Gold Key Plus. Chrysler New Yorker, an eloquent expression of form following function at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
My years in football taught me the value of a great health plan. Hello, I'm Dick Vermeil. Everyday life has its bumps and bruises, too. That's why my family's been with the Blues for over 30 years. And I'm here to introduce you to a new health plan that's both affordable and easy to use. It's the new Personal Choice from Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield.
Where people just like you and me work hard to make things better. Our state-of-the-art computers are putting an end to claim forms. Now, what could be easier?
That's right. There's no need to enroll with a primary care physician.
Now, that's a big...
Well, the magic number is now 1. The Phillies get back on track tonight. One more game.
Love it. Just one more. Prior to tonight's game in Pittsburgh, the Phils flip-flop starters for the game, going with Ben Rivera instead of the scheduled starter Mike Williams. Williams will throw tomorrow. The magic number was 3 when play began at Three Rivers Stadium, where the weather was not baseball weather. Low 50s was the order of the night as the players and the fans reflected that. Phillies had a 22-minute at-bat in the 4th. Mariano Duncan leading it off with his 10th home run. It's 1-0. Still in the 4th, Dave Hollins with Kruk aboard goes deep. This one missed being a home run by inches. It's a triple for Hollins, a run scored for Kruk. It's 2-0. Steve Cook of the Pirates, the wild pitch, scores Hollins, and it is 3-zip Phillies. Still in the 4th, Peter Incaviglia wraps a double. It scores Dalton. It's 4-0 Phillies lead the Pirates after 4, and the move to start Rivera paid off. He goes 5 hits, 3 runs in 6 1/3 innings. A solid outing for Ben. Top 5, Hollins bounces a single. The error plates Kruk. It's 5-0. And then rookie Dan Maselli with the balk that allowed Hollins to score from 3rd. Phillies win 6-4. That reduced the magic number to 2. Meanwhile, Expos and Marlins and Jeff Conine singling home Henry Cato to get the Marlins up 1-0. Then Sean Berry gets the error on this play, scoring Pat Rapp, and it's 2-0 Marlins. In the 5th, Montreal trying to make some noise. In center field is Chuck Carr, who comes up throwing. Bob Nadle's the catcher. Sean Berry's the guy who was out at the plate. Great throw by Carr to tag. Florida wins 3-1, so the magic number goes down to 1, which means the Phillies can clinch the division by winning tomorrow or by having the Expos lose again. Meanwhile, in the National League West, the Giants started their night a game and a half behind the idle Braves. San Fran hosting San Diego. To the scoreboard, Giants lead 2-0 in the 3rd. San Fran has won 5 straight coming in. Tomorrow, Atlanta begins a series at home against Houston. The Toronto Blue Jays magic number was 1 coming into tonight's game at Milwaukee. A win by the Jays puts it to bed, which is probably where these people would have preferred to be. It was cold in Milwaukee. Toronto's defense, Tony Fernandez, gets Greg Vaughn out on the nice play. Then in the 2nd, the former Milwaukee Brewer Paul Molitor goes deep against his former hometown fans in Milwaukee. Toronto in control of this game. You're watching the game-ending double play turned by the Jays. They win 2-0 for their third consecutive AL East title, and they're looking for their 2nd consecutive World Series. It was Bo Jackson and the White Sox looking to clinch the West. All they had to do was beat Seattle. Jackson, a 3-run shot in the 6th, snapped the scoreless tie, and you are watching or about to watch the final out at Comiskey. The White Sox close it out with a 4-2 win to win the West, and the crowd of 42,000 roaring in approval. So the American League has been decided. Chicago, Toronto, it's this National League, which the Phillies could put half up to bed tomorrow, that we have to figure out. Oh, we figured it out. Thanks, Ron.
Thanks, Ron. Still ahead tonight, how family and friends can help heart attack victims. Details on Health Watch.
And Madonna unveils her new show, and then some. Stay with us.
John Rogers is a bit absent-minded.
I forgot my card.
That's why the CV
won, but a crowd is about to form as the Phillies head to the division title. In the American League, the Blue Jays were looking to wrap it up tonight. They were playing the Brewers, and they won. They clinched the East with a 2-0 win. The Jays are looking to become the first World Series champions to repeat in 15 years. And it's clinching night. Oh, boy, more celebration in Chicago. On this play, the Chicago White Sox clinched their first American League West title in 10 years. They beat the Mariners 4-2 behind a great night on the mound by Wilson Alvarez and a 3-run homer by Bo Jackson. The White Sox win the West. They will host the first 2 games of the ALCS against Toronto 1 week from tomorrow.
Hard to believe. Baseball season's almost over.
Almost over, but this is an exciting time of year.
It's a great time of year.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Duke. And stay with us on the news tonight.
When we return, Miss America in the middle of a hair-raising situation. It's the subject of our last word. We'll comb through it next.
Is your sex life...
KitchenAid ranges mirror nature in surprising ways, with even warmth.
strength that endures, a mystery that unfolds, the fire of creation, all someplace a little closer to home. KitchenAid freestanding ranges, built-in ovens and cooktops, because we took a cooking lesson from Mother Nature. KitchenAid, for the way it's made.
We are on the forefront of attempting to develop entrepreneurship as a way of life here.
On the Channel 10 Health Watch tonight, new hopes for alternatives to bone marrow transplants. A pioneering transplant of umbilical cord blood into a 3-year-old leukemia patient seems to be working. The blood cells have replaced his marrow, which was destroyed by radiation treatment for his leukemia. This is good news for marrow transplant patients who can't find a suitable donor. And researchers say lonely hearts don't recover as well from heart attacks. A study of more than 1,000 heart attack victims shows those with regular contact with family and friends lived longer. Those who didn't were 49% more likely to die within 3 years of their attack. And more evidence that video games may trigger epileptic seizures. British researchers found that children with epilepsy who play video games when they're tired or very close to the screen increase their risk of a seizure. Doctors say prolonged exposure to the game's flickering lights could be the cause.
Well, it's double trouble tonight for a jockey in Louisiana convicted of hiding in a thick fog at the start of a race and then bolting to the finish line ahead of everyone else. Sylvester Carmouche has already served a 10-day jail sentence for fraud, and now he's been convicted of perjury for lying about the scam during his original trial. He was given a suspended sentence in order to work 720 hours of community service. People making news tonight include an award-winning day for actor-director Clint Eastwood. In London, Prince Charles presented Eastwood with a fellowship award from the British Film Institute. He was awarded for his unique contribution as an actor and a director to the film world. Maureen O'Hara also picked up one of the awards. And the London tabloids can stop dishing out the dirt on the royals. Prince Charles reportedly will set the record straight himself in a tell-all TV documentary. The London tabloid, The Sun, says Charles will talk about his breakup with Princess Diana, their children, and the other woman in his life, Camilla Parker Bowles. And Madonna is getting mixed reviews as she heads to Paris, the next stop on her Girly Show world tour. About 72,000 fans crammed London's Wembley Stadium for the weekend concert. Some fans called the show brilliant. Others said it wasn't raunchy enough. That's hard to believe.
Well, not to be outdone, coming up in just a few minutes on Channel 10, The Late Show with David Letterman. Make that a few seconds. Tonight, Neil Diamond joins Dave, so keep it on 10 because David Letterman is coming up next.
And make sure that you tune into Channel 10 News tomorrow at noon, 5, 6, and 11. For Ken, Herb, Ron, John, the entire Channel 10 News team, I'm Jane Rovelo.
And I'm Tim Lake. Thanks for watching the Channel 10 News. Good night.
Come pick your own apples. It's The Late Show with David Letterman. Tonight, Matthew Broderick, Neil Diamond, and jockey Julie Crone. Plus, Paul Schaefer and the CBS Orchestra. His destiny at full